2-length win. We're ballooning into Oxford tonight. The trainer of the year is hoping his chances don't burst for a hat-trick in a wide-open final. We're on Skysports 3 HD in crystal clear high definition. Pall Mall sounds like the West End of London, but for greyhound racing it means Oxford and the Ladbrokes Pall Mall final. This Category 1 final tops our coverage of 8 live races from the University City. The British Bred Stakes is our first offering at 7:40. The Sprint at 8 o'clock has 3 of last week's runners on Sky, including that Hove winner, Guinness Smoky. After the standard race at 8:15, the Stayer of the Year Blonde Fletch goes in the 6-bend race at 8:35. The marathon at 10 minutes to 9 has the bitch in form Bubbly Capel seeking back-to-back wins on Sky after last Tuesday's all-the-way win at Hove. The Stayers at 10 past 9 is followed by the Puppies with Oxford's Trafalgar Puppy Cup winner Guinness Dusty in that lineup. Then at 9:45 we have the Ladbrokes Pall Mall final with £8,000 for the winning connections. Very good evening to you. 3 of last year's finalists are back in this year's Pall Mall final. They're the winner, Britain's Empire, the runner-up, Dramana Max, and the 5th place, Hurler Shaw. Now, the interesting thing as I bring in Jonathan Hobbs is, good evening to you, is that Chris Allsop, who trains 2 in the final tonight, including the reigning champion, hasn't won a final so far this year. Can you believe that?
Well, I can't believe that, but you're telling me it's true. But he's the champion trainer. You expect better, of course. But they set such high levels last year. It's not that surprising, I suppose. If he's going to turn the table, it's going to be in this event. He's won it for the last 2 years.
Do you think he'll win it?
I think there's every chance. He's got the nap hand, if you like, with the 2 on the inside. I think there's every chance. It's going to be whoever I think leads at the first bend. And there's the betting. Smart Bid, trained by Chris Allsop, 5-1 into 4-1. His kennel mate and the defending champion, Britain's Empire, 11-4 chance. There has been money, of course, not just for Smart Bid, but I know You Mind Me's been popular in the offices as well. 11-4 chance for Frankie Taylor, a greyhound who showed up well in the Derby. He's a sprint track record holder as well.
What do you feel about Hobbs' choice? 8 races tonight.
Could be a favourites fest. Now, I might have opposed one of them on value grounds with Aero Gaga in the 8.50, but the likes of I Am's a Man sticks out. The Nat vote's going to go the way of Ballymac Dennis in the 8.15. Blonde Fletch, I think this trip slightly shorter than the Coral Regency at Hove, 8.95. The slightly shorter trip today was suited in the 8.35. Air Force New York, it's a perilous draw, but Ricky Holloway's dog's got pace to burn. And then going with Guinness Dusty in the 9.25 for his course and distance form, You Mind Me, and 48-52 with Sporting Index's spread compiled by a birthday boy, Michael Guttridge. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday indeed. Right, well, 2 weeks running and no winners so far in our Sky Bet, Sky Sports Naps table. Just no winners for the last 2 shows, oh dear. Well, this is, we finished this leg, by the way, at the end of the month, and this is how it stands still, with Hobbsy a big lead to that £1 stake. So let's have a look at tonight's selections. And here they go. Julie Colley going for Mixed Story, who came in last night, but it's a local dog that the racing manager quite fancies in that one. Errol Blythe going for Fernhill Jess, and Jonathan Hobbs going for what I think would be my selection if I was doing it, Ballymac Dennis. And then Dave Smith and Darryl Williams both going for Bang Crash Wallop, and Gary Wiltshire going for Farlow Mysteria in the big race tonight. Well, now to our live action. Our opener is the British Bred Stakes, due off at 7:40. Here's John.
Thank you very much. Here's the Ladbrokes British Bred Stakes. Boris Johnson might just be one of the best drawn greyhounds this evening. Is he quick enough to win this? Well, I'm not so sure in a clean run race. Nevertheless, he has the draw on the inside. He's an ex-Manchester-based greyhound at Bellevue, an open race winner at Romford. Just his 5th race for New Connections. He's trained by Chris Allsop, of course, with that big hand in our Ladbrokes Pall Mall final. I say it's a good draw because I think this greyhound, I Am's a Man, he's brutally fast. He's trained by the man leading him up, Mark Wallace. Boris Johnson, I think, will be taking advantage of the fact that 2 will move middle. Yes, he might blast clear, but I think he will take a middle route and the dash to the first bend, which should give the red an absolute solo. But he's an absolute win machine, is this greyhound. Great strike rate, plenty of those wins at Romford, a good winner on Friday, 23.83. Trap 3 is a greyhound we're quite fond of here at Sky. It's owned by Dave and the Dreamers, of which myself and the likes of Darryl Williams and Clive and Dave Lawrence have shares in Guinness Kev, Alan Clark and Alistair. Guinness Kev, he's a greyhound that hasn't won that many races of late, but he's capable and he has got some fair form at Oxford. He ran in the heats of the Trafalgar Cup. Yes, he was beaten by Guinness Dusty, but not that far, and Dusty went on to win the Trafalgar Cup. He's got to smash break. If he does that, fresh at the track, who knows, he might just upset the favourite. Trap 4 is Supreme Chalky, trained by Stuart Buckland. A 10-to-1 chance in the ring. The black dog in the black jacket. Chris Spears, the owner of Supreme Chalky, has won 3 of his last 8 races. Ran in the Studbook Trophy heats at Monmore behind Blue Artisan, the ultimate champion of that event. Supreme Chalky runs out of Trap 4. He's got plenty of pace inside, but he should be improving and he's in form. Swaby's Ollie runs out of Trap 5 for Roy Swaby and Paul Young. A couple of open race successes at Hove. Clive Stanley doing the honours, 12-1 in the betting rings. One of the outsiders here. Heavy defeats at Romford and Hove recently, but he has won over 515 metres at Hove. So if there's any chance of Swaby's Ollie getting to the front, no question he will not be stopping. And finally, Mill Street Lady runs out of Trap 6 for Maurice Massey, making a UK debut was here last week, second run tonight, but he's beaten him on the debut, 26.98 a best trial time, which does catch the eye of the bitch in Trap 6. You've got an Irish card of 3 wins from 10, Clonmel and Limerick winning lines of 4.
So to the Oxford betting ring in this city of the ancient seat of learning with Dave Smith and the Professor of Gambling and Fine Dining, Gary Wiltshire. Good evening, lads.
Good evening, Gary.
Which order is that, Joe? Betting or fine dining?
Thank you very much for the phone call, by the way, today. I'll tell you what happened, Dave. Gary's supposed to bring the trophy here to give out. Yeah. He forgot the trophy.
Oh, no. You can't get the
stuff
anymore.
I had to go on a 75-mile round trip to pick it up. So the bill's in the post, Gal.
Cliff, give the betting news, shall we? I'm the man, as you'd expect. Not a lot of people here tonight. The sparse betting ring. I am the man at 1-2, as you'd expect. 4-1, 3 Guinness Kev, 8-1, 1 Boris Johnner, 10 offered 4 Supreme Chalky, 12-1, 5 Swaby's Ollie, 14 the 6 Mill Street Lady. Predictor goes away of the 2 by a long way. Should win, shouldn't it?
Do you know something? I'm going to take it on.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to take this 2-1 on chance, only on the draw. I just think the one dog's got a fantastic draw. I know he's not quick enough to win it without a bit of trouble, but if 2 just moves off a little bit of the traps and to the outside, I think we're going to take this first jolly on day.
That'll be interesting. Gary, what do you think?
I think 2 will win it, personally. That one, I am the man. But we'll find out in just a few moments. The Ladbrokes British Bred Stakes with I Am the Man looking a big player for me in this race. Our commentator Errol Blythe is the only non-runner tonight. He's officially off colour, so our all-rounder, man of all seasons and all jobs, Darryl Williams, is behind the mic.
Thank you very much, Gary, and we've got some good racing coming, haven't we? Particularly looking forward to the Pall final a little bit later on. I wonder if Britain's Empire can win for the second successive time. Chris Allsop's got a very strong hand there, but Mark Wallace has got plenty of good chances tonight, of course. He could easily have 3 or more winners, with the likes of Lil Risky to come a little bit later on. Of course, Blonde Fletch as well, and I Am the Man here, as the runners prepare to go into the boxes. A very warm order, as we're hearing from Dave and Gary in the betting ring. Just eased to 4-7 though, from 1-2 in the betting. You know, he's never run out of Trap 2, this greyhound, but he is 3 from 3 when he's run in Trap 3 in the past. But every chance he is going to take 1 step to the right here, which could just leave the way clear for Boris Johnner to try and spring a bit of a surprise. A little bit of an unknown quantity, really, Boris Johnner for Chris Allsop. As Hopsy was telling us, was running at Bellevue, A3 dog at Bellevue back in the autumn of last year, has won a Trap 1 in the past as well. Runners are going forward. Guinness Kev at 4-1, hasn't won for a little while. 1 or 2 of us will be well aware of that. Beaten a Hove last Tuesday. Has had 1 outing round here previously, but disappointing back at the start of the year. Supreme Chalky was the finest in the produce last year for Stuart Buckland. running out of trap 4. Swaber's Ollie in 5, first look round here. Mill Street Lady in the 6th. The Hares on the move. Worth pointing out trap 1 won the opening graded race tonight. That's significant. Trap 1 had only won 1 race at the last 3 meetings, so they're going okay on the inside seemingly. Off they go. Guinness Kev, a great start right down the middle here. Guinness Kev's going to go towards the first bend by a length. I Am Zaman, the favourite, in second, trying to make ground. They just had to check in behind. Boris Johnner now gets to run up on the inside. Midway down the back, and Guinness Kev still by a length here from Boris Johnner on the outside. Then is Mill Street Lady. They go towards the home bend. Guinness Kev is still in front here, turning in from Boris Johnner and making ground. Supreme Chalky down the home straight. Boris Johnner on the far side. Guinness Kev battling on. Very close. Guinness Kev, Boris Johnner. It'll go to the judge. It's very, very close indeed. Well, Gary Walsh here was right to suggest the favourite might be one to take on here. Very, very close. Trap 3, Guinness Kev. Tried to make all the running here for Seamus Cahill. Got a very good start indeed. And I Am Zaman, if anything, took a step to the left early on, which allowed Guinness Kev plenty of racing room here. You can see squeezes round on the outside of I Am Zaman. Boris Johnner moving up there with that seemingly first-class draw here for Chris Alsop. The 6 Mill Street Lady picking up from off the pace, the local greyhound for Maurice Massey. Off the final, Ben Guinness Kev still ahead here. Boris Johnner is right there. Here's Supreme Chalky now for Stuart Buckland in 4, just bumping into Mill Street Lady, and it all gets very tight as they go towards the line. It's very, very close. We're waiting on the judge to announce this result here at Oxford. There they are going towards the line. You can see Guinness Kev trap 3 on the far side, Boris Johnner trap 1 down this near side. And then right in the middle is Supreme Chalky, and then not too far behind Mill Street Lady as well. We put the spotlight camera on Guinness Kev, who could hardly have had a better start to the race here, helped perhaps by trap 2 edging to the left somewhat surprisingly. Gets round that very, very good rival indeed, and goes down the far side in front, but the packer going to make headway here. Boris Johnner's run really well here. This greyhound who has only had a relative handful of races here for Chris Alsop. Not been round here before him. It's worth pointing out as well, trap 1, Boris Johnner. Hadn't had a trial, so he's run the track really well first time of asking. Mill Street Lady in the stripes, Supreme Chalky in the black jacket as well. And confirmation, Guinness Kev has won. Trap 3, Guinness Kev the winner from trap 1, Boris Johnner. There's the official print. Trap 4, Supreme Chalky back in third. I've got a presentation to attend, you know.
I thought he won at the time, as I was saying to Hobbsy, but we had to go to the photo, of course, and you can see quite clear winner as far as photo finishes are concerned. And that's a really good performance. He popped out, and that was the secret to it. Didn't he run well to hang off Boris Johnner? 3 sprinters from last week's Skysports race at Hove are ballooning into our next race at 8 o'clock. The surprise winner, Guinness Smoky, runner-up and beaten favourite, Lil Risky, and 4th place, Swaby's Tony. We're in Oxford for the Ladbrokes Pall Mall final. Lovely countryside of Oxfordshire. We're at the Oxford Greyhound track in Cowley, and we've just had the Ladbrokes British Bred Stakes, and it's been won by a 4-to-1 shot in trap 3, Guinness Kev, with lots of Sky owners involved in this one. In the white jacket there, he pops out very quickly, and I Am Zaman, the odds-on favourite, actually goes towards the rails when he was expected to go the other way, and he's clear, is Guinness Kev. There's a terrific challenge by the red jacket of Boris Johnner, but he's going to be unable to catch him on this occasion, and an impressive winner at Henlow back in the Puppy Derby final in February. But hadn't scored since in 10 previous races, but he's won tonight. Those are the Lawrence brothers from Sky. Dave on the right, the producer, Clive on the right. There's Alan Clark, Alistair McPhee, Darryl Williams and Hobbsy as owners as well. Let's go SP with one of the owners, Darryl.
Thank you very much, Gary. Up here, still working. Trap 3, Guinness Kev at 4-to-1, the winner. Beat trap 1, Boris Johnner, 8-to-1 in second. Trap 4, Supreme Chalky in third. Favourite, I Am Zaman, trap 2 at 4-to-6. The forecast, £30.48. Tricast, £163.20. And the winning time, 27.28. The margin is still a winner, though. Was a short head. Let's join Julie Collier now. She's speaking with Winning Connections.
Well, yes, a great win there for Guinness Kev. And the good news is that makes all of our nights a little bit better, because everybody working on this programme basically owns a share in the dog. So, Seamus, there must be extra pressure on you when this dog runs on Sky.
Yeah, of course it is. And for him to win, because he's been a little bit disappointing in the last few runs. had high expectations of him all along, really, and he did disappoint a little bit, but it's lovely to come out, pop out tonight and win.
He trapped brilliantly. If he could do that more often, he would win more often, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, that's it. He has trapped pretty good on a few occasions, and his runs are very good, but I'm sure there's more in the dog, really, so just hopefully, you know, upwards and onwards with him.
Now, Clive, as one of the owners, you were starting to lose a little bit of patience with him, weren't you?
He's not a frequent winner, as Seamus alluded to, but his last 2 races he's won on Sky, so what more can we ask? Henlow and here, so we're delighted.
Just a bit of a big gap between wins. What do you think you'll do with him now?
Well, we'll speak to Seamus, but he's a different dog when he leads, so we've got to find an opportunity for him to pop out in front, and hopefully he'll win again.
It would be brilliant for him to trap like that more often. What do you think would be the plans for him now?
I'm not so sure. Sunderland is, I'm not so sure he's up to that class, really, but maybe we might consider it, but we'll see.
Hopefully we can notch up a few more Sky wins anyway for these guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Seamus.
Thanks, Julie.
Well done.
Clive Lawrence is our studio floor manager here tonight. Nothing like getting a man overboard when their dog wins. So, waiting for Clive to come back, let's have a look at some stats. And first of all, some trap stacks here as far as Oxford is concerned, and you can see that the most successful trap is trap 1 and trap 4 the second most successful, but look at trap 5, just 8% from 6 wins here out of 76 open races. Wow. Time to catch up with the Sky Bet top trainer, the ones with the most points on Sky appearances, and Mark Wallace, who is running away with the National Trainers Championship, has a close one here with Charlie Lister, and don't write off Paul Young either. He gets a lot of winners on here. So let's just have a look at the top dog, and 2 of them are running tonight. Lil Risky in our next race, which is the sprint, and then in the 850, the marathon. What a good race that should be. Bubbly Capel is in that one as well. Plenty of time to go, but Bubbly Capel is the favourite because Sky Bet fancy that Bubbly Capel will win most by the end of the year on Sky. So let's go to the betting ring now, and news of today's market movers, plus prices for the sprint race with the 2 down there, and somebody else. Is that Alex Donoghue with you?
Correct in one, Gary. Yes,
yeah.
It is. Alex, welcome to you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Pleased to be here. Another Sky night for Ladbrokes, and we're looking forward to it.
It's been a good meeting so far for first race?
Yeah, not too bad getting the favourite beat. You know, that's knocked all the multiples out, but still a little bit of time left for the punters to get one back over on us, I'm sure.
Yeah. So have you got any big bogeys later on?
Yeah, Ballymac-Dennis in the 8.15 was one that we laid some really decent money to this morning. We were 11 to 8, really wanted to try and get it in the book. We have got it in the book, long gone, now odds on. So, you know, if that one wins, that'll be a bit of a blot on the book. But smart bid in the final as well, 4 from 5. We really
lay smart bid.
We really want to lay every dog in the final. It's our final. It's a competitive looking race. We want to give the punters value, hold the prices, lay them, price-wise pick. Going to be money for it. But we want to stand it.
Now, Alex, the last time when you was on at Swindon,
you bullied me a little bit.
Yeah,
Gary.
I bullied you.
We
said we
I know I'm young, but you bullied me a little bit.
Well, you're a bit awake for age. You know what I mean, son? But you'll be all right. But what you said is we're going to give some offers last week at Ladbrokes, and you knocked the price out of a dog. And I believe tonight you're going to do the same.
We've done it. Me and Richard Hartness, we worked long and hard on this last night. Found a favourite we don't like. We want to get beat. Air Force New York. We don't like it. It can't win. Not well drawn. It can't. Well, it can't win. It's not well drawn. By the time it gets over to the rail, it's too late. 9-4. Now 3. Value for you, Gary? Is that
when
enough?
It wins, will you come and see us after the
right,
race?
Yeah,
when it
with
wins,
your big
the
check
dog
for
that
you,
can't
Gary.
win, the dog that
We'll
can't
be back
win,
on here
you come
afterwards.
and see us.
I'm giving out the trophy, so I'll have to sort of cover my face a little bit. But
well done.
3
At
to
least
1.
the punter's going to get
That's
plenty
it,
of value
3-1
as normal from the magic sign.
That's right.
Well, Ascot, what's happened at Ascot today, don't know?
Brilliant. Look, Frankel might have cost us a few quid, but that's taking the sport out of the back pages, putting it on the front pages. Lovely to be a part of this game when things like that happen. If it costs a few quid, you know.
Short price,
so
1 to 10, wasn't it? Wasn't it a terrible price?
It was a short price. The punters had it right off though on the distances, didn't they? 11 lengths.
Did they?
Everyone backing over the evens over 5 lengths. Everyone was on that.
Yeah.
And they've all won. So
they all had a crystal ball this morning. They all knew how far he was going to win. 11 lengths he won, didn't he?
Impressive. Brilliant.
He was impressive.
You know, in my lifetime, never seen anything like it.
So what a night your firm's got tonight. You've got the football tonight, England. You've got the Pall here you're sponsoring, and you've had Royal Ascot. What are you going to do with all the money tomorrow?
Well, if England win, there's not going to be too much of that left. But it's a busy time for us and a great time to be involved in this game as well.
Well done, Al. Good boy.
Cheers.
Well done, Alex. Speak to you later on, perhaps. Let's give it a betting news where the money's been going during the day. Here come tonight's hot dogs. And let's start off first of all with the 8 o'clock race, mixed story. Well back with a lot of firms. They've had as big as 16-1 early doors of the red back jacket here coming up. Paddy Power, Betfred and William Hill laid that price. Best you'll get now is around about a 10 shot. On to the 8.15-1 Ballymac Dennis.
This is the dog Ladbrokes Dave.
Yep, this is the one they want to push out. And they had 11.08 down to 11.10 that firm earlier on, but they're content to lay it still. It's had 6-5 with 1 or 2 firms, 11.08 general price though. Move on to the 8.51 Aero Gargo as well. Decent chance in the red jacket. A lot of firms. Well, yeah, I'm not sure about Bubbly Cable in the 6 box go. I don't know. 9-2. There's a lot of firms laid that. Best price you still get 4-1 with Blue Square. On to the 9-10-1 3 crack bang. I knew I'd get this wrong. Bang crash. Yeah, that one anyway. The trap 3 run up. Been 9-2 with Corals. A lot of firms had good money for it as well. Mine Napgo. That doesn't mean anything. I'll probably get beat there.
No, you can't say it.
That's right. It's 130 best price. Bang crash wallop. White jacket 9-10. And on to the 9.25 5 Guinness Dusty. A lot of support for that with William Hill, Betfred and Corals. I've had 2-1. You can still bet 13.08 against it though. Interesting market moves, one of them.
It's fantastic. And what you said, Ladbrokes now, they want to take on the Air Force dog, don't they? It made me like when he said it can't win. I think it will win, David. Now we want it to win, don't we?
We'll see later on.
Down there after.
We'll see later on. Let's give you the betting then for upcoming ratio. I don't want to wait towards the starting trap shortly. This is how they wager. 7-4-3 Lil Risky, 5-2-4 Fernhill Jess. It's 5-1 each, 1 mixed story, 2 Slick City is 5-1, 6-1 for 6 or Swaby's Tony, 10-1 5 Guinness Smoky. What do you fancy, girl?
Well, we'll go with Swaby's Tony when he's been a 7 or 9 or chance, 6-1. He looks a fair price, a big price on the outside. Want a bit of value? Go for the stripes.
Lil Risky's been disappointing, I thought, it's a lot of a races.
I tell you what, the price is the first race. Richard done one of the bookies here. He went 4-6 IMZ man in the first race, and on the exchanges it was 1-2. He wanted to lay it, and he couldn't lay it. Never took a shilling out of it.
Yeah. OK, let's get the parade. Here's Errol.
No, thank you, Smithy. This is Hobbsy. This is the follow at Ladbrokes new Sprint Trophy, and Trap 1 is a locally trained greyhound mixed story trained by Richard Baker. It's only had 1 race in the UK, but it was a pretty decent one. It was a graded sprint here, and the time was pretty good as well, 15.09. Yes, he's up in class, but he has to draw 1 win in Ireland, a runaway win at Thurles, 4-1 chance in the ring. I think it was 16-1 this morning somewhere online. Big punt on the red. Trap 2, big price in my book is Slick City, trained by Keith Alsop. You go far enough back, and he was a scurry Gold Cup champion a couple of years back, Slick City. He's always had plenty of pace, beaten at Nottingham last time, but prior to that showed his class with a 17.82 start. He can go with them at the best of them, but must start in the spring contest. Little Risky runs out of Trap 3 for Mark Wallace, Jimmy Fenwick, Scott Fraser and Brian Usher. Very prolific scoring greyhound, an old rival of the mighty Jimmy Lolly, and Lil Risky in Trap 3 has been beaten of late, was beaten in front of the Sky cameras last week. We were there for the Coral Reef to see Hove. That was Guinness Smoky beating him there. He's not trapping that well, but he has still a brute pace for the bend. He's got course and distance winning form as well. David Allen leads up his greyhound, Fernhill Jess, very much on her toes. And she was on Derby final night. She won a red hot sprint Derby final night, did Fernhill Jess, an imperious performance there. She's got a great strike rate, terrifically well handled by David. 10 wins from 17 starts. She's eyeing a 5-timer tonight. It's all about the break. Guinness Smoky in Trap 5 and Swaby's Tony are going to complete the field here. Not the most electric from the boxes. Guinness Smoky did, though, come through to win at Hove last week to beat Little Risky, an 8 from 22 overall record, but all those wins have come at Hove. But Seamus Cahill, trainer of Guinness Smoky, won our first race looking for a quick fire double. And finally, Trap 6 is Swaby's Tony, trained by Paul Young for Roy Swaby. In between events now, we'll see him next week. He runs on Jim Crack final night in the spring competition. He's only beaten a short head in the heats on Sunday. Swaby's Tony, he's running well. If anything, I think 250 metres slightly sharp, but he will be powering around the outside, taking advantage of any trouble inside.
Here's the latest betting news then. On the way towards the starting traps, they're waiting behind here. 2-1 3 Lil Risky and 5-2 4 Fernhill Jess. Not much change about those two. They're taking the 5-1 mixed story now, just a point shorter at 4-1. 6-1 Solid is a 6 Swaby's Tony, and 7-1 2 Slick City. 14-1 for the 5 Guinness Smoky. The predictor for this 8 o'clock is 4/3. I like 4.
Yeah, I'm still going to go with 6 Dave at the value at the 6-1, but the prices the bookies are offering here tonight are fantastic. They're betting about 112% here, which is,
I suppose, really, because it's
fantastic.
not a fantastic crowd because there's counter attractions and stuff.
Yeah, there's counter attractions, but 12% and 13% is very, very good, So that trophy we give to the Wimbledon bookies last year, our Sky Bookies trophy, it may be going the way of Oxford, Mr. Nuber.
Wait till you see how you get the Drumbo Saturday. How they bet over there?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I hope you've got plenty of chocolate there the weekend, boys.
Derry?
Thanks. By the way, there's plenty of people up here. There's 200 in the restaurant. They've filled all those places, and they've got all the owners here of Oxford on a free buffet on top of that, and 2 of the executive boxes have been absolutely packed. This is the sprint, 250 metres, 2 bends. The start here is so vital. Lil Risky found early bother last week to help Guinness Smoky win at 10-1, but prior to that, Lil Risky turned over in a photo at Nottingham. Needs to win again, as he did here in November. Swaby's Tony in 6 likes the draw in his first time here. We're ready at Julie. Julie, quickly.
Well, Mitch is very well connected to the young kennel, aren't you? And you can tell us a little bit about Swaby's Tony going down a touching trip here.
Yeah, I think it's a shorter trip, but if 5 misses a break and he can go to the corner, then he's got a good chance. I think. Yeah, he's a runner still. He's definitely a runner. He's overpriced 8-1 anyway, definitely.
Surprised winning last time on Sky. Could spring another one here?
I think so. Yeah, hopefully, as long as 3 misses a kick as well. So yeah, good luck anyway.
We'll find out. Cheers.
All right, cheers, thanks.
Right, Darryl, we're ready to go to you now. What do you think about this one?
Well, I have to admit, I'd give Lil Risky another chance here. He's only had 1 run round here, Gary, and he recorded a very good time last November. 5th fastest time ever for the trip, 14.79. But the money for the 1 dog here is quite amazing, isn't it? Mixed Story, 16-1 this morning with 1 or 2 firms and only 4-1 on track. So be some performance if Richard Baker's dog could win here on the back of a D1 win last time. Hare is on the move for the 8 o'clock race. Follow at Ladbrokes News Sprint Trophy, 250 metres the distance. Hare at the boxes, off they shoot. Swaby's Tony broke pretty well. Lil Risky's bang up there. Fernhill Gesture turned handy, and behind that is Mixed Story. They go to the bend. Lil Risky by a length, very wide. Guinness Smoky and Swaby's Tony off the final bend. They're still very wide, those 2, but Lil Risky's going to win again. Back to winning ways. Fernhill Jess in 2nd, and back in 3rd, 1 Mixed Story. Well, Lil Risky has been a prolific winner to the extent that when he has 2 or 3 runs without a win, we kind of think the Greyhounds lost his form, but this is a Greyhound who does win races. 28 victories now from 51 starts, and his record in Trap 3 is very, very strong indeed, around about 60%. He's now 2 from 2 here at Oxford. Got a pretty good start, didn't he? Swaby's Tony broke well the outside, the striped jacket. You can see the gamble there. Mixed Story Trap 1 on the inside as Fernhill just tries to turn handy. 5 Guinness Smoky taking Swaby's Tony out very wide at the back. That put pay to their chances, but Lil Risky on the front end here for Mark Wallace. And he goes on to score pretty well in the end. Let's just watch them cross the line. Trap 3, the winner here, Lil Risky, does it comfortably in the end. Chase time by the very good bitch Fernhill Jess, winner on Derby final night, of course. Trap 4 in 2nd. And trap number 1, Mixed Story, is going to get 3rd. So 3-4-1 in the sprint here. And another win for Lil Risky and Mark Wallace.
His 2nd win in 4 appearances here at Oxford, and he's back to winning ways. Really good sprinter, classy. Didn't win last week, but he's done the business okay tonight, hasn't he? Well, just Mark Wallace, pleased with that one. He's always believed in Lil Risky, and I think Darryl summed it up there, really. When you've got a classy sprinter like that, you're going to have the odd hiccup, but the real class is he bounces back to win, and I'm sure he'll win a lot more before the year's out. Lil Risky. Well, joining me now is Richard Harkness, who is the Ladbrokes Greyhound trading manager. Now, you probably are aware that Gary Wiltshire and I in the last programme were discussing the rumours we'd heard about Oxford being sold to Ladbrokes. Is it true?
As a company, we don't normally comment at all on speculation and rumour. However, I can confirm we are not in negotiations to buy Oxford.
Where did the rumours come from?
I have absolutely no idea, and nor does anybody else at work either.
Had you heard them yourself?
Yes, we'd heard them as well.
Okay. Actually, I'm told that some trainers are quite disappointed that you're not buying the from the GRA, because they say the trainers, you pay very well to your trainers.
Apparently so. Again, that's not my department.
You can own more than 2 tracks. One or 2 of the trainers asked me that tonight. Bookmakers can own more than 2 tracks, can't they?
I mean, there's no reason why not. I mean, you know, it's the GRA own a number of tracks. I know they're not bookmakers, but they're still the same promoter owning a number of tracks. There's no limit on the number of tracks as far as I'm aware. It's a limit on the number of races provided on bags.
Well, you're sponsoring 5 on Sky Sports, which we're delighted about, and a 6th if we now talk about the TV trophy. Why have Ladbrokes come back so heavily? We're delighted you have, but why have they come back so heavily into Sky?
Just the opportunities, really. I mean, there's you know, the opportunities to get on Sky are not that far from us. I mean, the hills have been very prominent and Corals run from their own tracks. You know, it hasn't suited our tracks to fit in with the schedule as such. However, you know, we're pleased to be involved whenever we can, and you know, Walthamstow it was before. When that closed, we haven't done anything since. We did try, we're still trying. But yeah, we're back this year. 5 we signed up for at the start of the year, and now the TV trophy on top at Oxford in October, sorry.
Yeah, in October. Let's talk about the TV trophy. We're delighted to be doing that at Monmouth. We haven't been there for years. I haven't seen any prizes yet. Is it too early for the TV trophy?
Funny you should say that. Something I looked at last week after the Regency, but actually tomorrow morning we're going to release some prices on the TV trophy.
And the Irish Derby, of course, Ladbrokes now sponsor.
Yep, 3rd year of our agreement with IGB to sponsor that.
Do you think there'll be some English runners in that?
I think there will. I think you're looking at the Tralee train, you know, ready for the Race of Champions that you're covering. Paul Young was going over, Coolaveni Burt was going to go, didn't get there. Sawpit Sensation was mentioned at Hove that he'd already been to Shelbourne for a trial, so I'm hoping we'll get some more this year.
Good. And what about this final tonight? It's wide open, really, isn't it? We could all make cases for each of them, but looks wide open anyway. And your betting's wide open.
It looks a cracking race, yeah. I mean, we're 11-4 each, the front 2, and big prices some of the others. There's been good support for Smart Bid earlier on this morning. We're 4 from 5 him, but other than that, it's been just a steady betting heat. You know, it's wide open, as you say. Very much a case of deja vu, because we've got 2 finalists from last year back again, or 3 even.
3,
yes. So it's a specialist track.
OK, well, good to have you here. And Richard, we'll catch up with you a bit later when we get to the final itself.
Thank you.
But let's look back at the last race, and no doubt that Lil Risky is back on sprinting form. Defeated Hove last week, no danger this time. And Guinness Smoky, as expected, went very wide at the back there, wasn't in with a challenge at all. Lil Risky has got his head well in front, and they're not going to catch him. Fernhill Jess, she ran very well, second at 5-2, but no doubt about the winner tonight, Lil Risky, bolted in. Mark, pretty relaxed there, plenty to look forward to, and here is Darryl with the SP.
Thank you, Gary. Full result in the 8 o'clock at Oxford. A win for Trap 3. Lil Risky, who returned the 2-1 favourite. Second home Trap 4. Fernhill Jess at 5-2. Third Trap 1 Mixed Story. Winning forecast at £6.46. Tricast £14.72. The winning time was 14.95, and the winning distance 3/4 of a length. Julia's with the winning trainer, Mark Wallace.
Well, I'm sure Connections will be delighted to see Lil Risky back to winning ways there. Mark, he was due a win, really, wasn't he? He's been a bit hit and miss recently, but you really rate him, don't you?
Yeah, well, of course, he's one of the leading sprinters last year, and he still is this year. I mean, like all sprinters, a slight miss break like at Hove last week, and this game over sort of thing. You know, you can't come back from missing breaks, but he's come out well tonight, and and I'm sure he'll, you know, he's going to win his fair share. I mean, we might step him up for a go at the Classic at 450 at Sunderland in a couple of weeks, you know. So, or we might take the sprint race. We're just weighing up our options on that one.
He's letting me rest my hand on his nose. He's so lovely, this dog. Last time he was here, he won by 4.5 lengths. This must be one of his favourite tracks.
Yes, he didn't do so well over the 4 bends here, but as won his sort of 2 sprints here. But yeah, he's a great dog. He should win plenty of races for the rest of the year, and you know, hopefully, you know, we're looking for some competitions with him as well.
He's obviously one of the best sprinters in the country, but he's also a personal favourite of yours, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's a beautiful dog. My wife Sarah, they took a real shine to each other, and he's just one of those beautiful natured dog. I think, you know, we've got quite a few of them in the kennel, and this is certainly one of them.
You've got Blonde Fletch coming up later. He's going to be odds on. Confident with that one?
Yeah, I don't think you can ever be confident with Blonde Fletch. He does some strange things at times, but on his day, he's one of the fastest dogs that you'll ever likely to see over 6 bends. If he gets everything right, then you know, I'd expect him to win. But obviously, it's more of a build-up race for him for Sunderland to defend his title at Sunderland.
I might be speaking to you again later. Well done with this one.
Thank you. Thank you.
But he's not as crackers as I Am's a girl who unfortunately is missing in the marathon tonight. She's ruptured a tendon, and so there'll be a vacant trap. And Lil Risky, just thinking of those stats I did, has now had 4 wins on Sky. So a clear leader of the top dog, which obviously carries Sky Bet's financial prize. Next Tuesday, we got Northern Ireland before that. We'll tell you about that later in the programme. But next Tuesday, we're at Kinsley in Yorkshire for the, here we are, the Betfred Jim Crack Stakes final. And puppies, of course, these are the prices. And here's the expert on those, Hobbsy.
Well, the favourite's Blazing Russo running out of a trap to a 9-4 chance. Whittle Murto has been very impressive in heat and semi-finals with Kim Billingham, but finds himself now out in trap 5. I suppose the shock of the semi-finals was the elimination of JT Young, who broke the track record in the heats for Paul Young. Didn't really get the rub of the green, but it's always been a great event, and I think it's going to be a terrific evening.
Well, let's remind everybody about next Tuesday, because we'll be there. We'll be in Kinsley for the Betfred Jim Crack final. It's a puppies competition, 7:30 on Skysports 2 HD. Ricky Holloway's here tonight, and he's confirmed to me that he's put his nomination in for the vacant chairmanship of the Greyhound Trainers Association, and it's supported by Mark Wallace, who has seconded it. Now, I think, for me, I know he's a bit of a bull in the china shop, as he used his words tonight, but I think he'd be a very good choice because they definitely need some leadership. And with Go Barter as well clouding the issue, they need to get strong. The trainers need good leadership now, I think.
Ricky would give the trainers a voice, no question about that, probably with a loud hailer as well, I would imagine. You know, his work with the Save Our Stowe campaign has been absolutely stunning. He knows how to play the media. I'm not aware of anybody else putting their hat or throwing their hat into the ring, but you know, certainly where Ricky's nomination is concerned, thumbs up.
OK, well, we're going for the 8:15 race now, which is a standard. And just to warn you, there's a retired greyhound. Can you tell us about this retired greyhound?
I certainly can, yeah. Name is Quivers Legend, pet name Legend, raced here. It's a black dog, date of birth, 2004. He's a 147 races he had here, real grey beard now. Last race in April 2010, has been looking for a loving home since July 2010. So for further information, contact Jenny on 01865 374 792 or email jennygreyhounds@aol.com. And that's from the Oxford Retired Greyhound Trust, who do fantastic work with the ex-racers. We have Ballymac Dennis, Hobbsy's Nap. He's looking for a change of fortunes. Having said that, he's a winning owner tonight. Trap 1, a red-jacketed Stuart Buckland trains for Maurice Buckland, his dad, Chris Risotto, and Mike Rowe. Ballymac Dennis broke the track record at Hall Green. We were there, of course, earlier this year. Blue Ribbon Night 2 and 4 Ben wins go hand in hand where Ballymac Dennis is concerned, as does the red jacket. I think it's a huge advantage. Trainer leading up Stuart there. Ballymac Dennis 4-5, bigger in the high street in terms of the bookmakers this morning. 4-5, plenty of support here at Oxford this evening. Colourful Marco runs out of trap 2. Well, we just mentioned him. His name is Colourful Marco. He's trained by Ricky Holloway. He's owned by David Jensen. 2 wins from 11 starts. He got a victory at Hove, 5-1-5. Did run here in the Pall Mall, knocked out in the heats behind You Mind Me, of course, a leading contender now for outright honours. If you fancy the blue jacket trained by Ricky Holloway, 8-1 for your money. Track 3, Zodiac Zeus, similar type to Guinness Kevin, our first, in that he has got experience of Oxford. You go back to the Trafalgar Cup where he first made his name. Zodiac Zeus was also in the Pall Mall semi-finals last year. Also in the Kent Derby final as well. Sittingbourne, Zodiac Zeus, plenty of pace. Nora McEllistrom, how ironic is that? Of course, she is the current chair of the Greyhound Trainers Association, but she's going, or just about to pass on the baton. Will it be to Ricky? Track 4 is Slick Signature, trained by Keith Allsop, home and trained by Keith. Out of luck with Slick City in the sprint, looking to bounce back with the 5-1 chance in the ring. Slick Signature made the semi-finals of the Pall Mall also last year. Very experienced performer. Recently trialled at Coventry. Ran a decent enough trial there. Prior to that was beaten by the likes of Yahoo Jamie. So has been off the track for a little bit of a while. Might just need the run, but he's capable. River Dove runs out of trap 5 for Chris Stringer. A veteran performer now is River Dove, but Super Paws finalist last year at Pall was River Dove. Based at Swindon and owned by Max Piccinelli, of course, of Lyrene Mover fame, a Derby finalist a couple of years back. River Dove carries the orange jacket. He's a big price, 16-1. Likewise, trap 6, a 12-1 chance in the ring is Paul Young's Greyhound, who's a couple of wins at Romford. and an A1 victory as well. But most importantly, as the graphic comes up, you can see he's owned by Alan Hurd and Mitch Millward. You've just heard from Mitch, and I think he looks remarkably well. He's had serious illness, a car accident to boot as well. Good to see you back on track, Mitch, and those words of encouragement for all Greyhound fans, and work the Oracle where Mitch is concerned.
Ballymacdennis been 11-8 this morning. Red Dog here, 4-5 on the track. 5-2, 3 Zodiac Zeus. 6-1 Bar the 2, 4 Slick Signatures, 6-1 Chance. 10-1 on the slide is 2 Colourful Marco. 12-1, 6 Millward's Mad, and 16-1 is 5 River Dove. Predictor is 1/4. Bit skinny, the Red Dog, but I think price this morning.
There's been so much money for it, isn't there, Dave? And he's got a plant drawer, isn't he? I can't take him on, you know. Wanted to take the first one on, but I can't take this one on. I think he'll win, and me and Dave as well. I think we'll agree what Obsy said about Mitch Millward as well. Lovely to see him back on the track, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah,
you
brilliant.
know, so good luck.
What about the odds on though, 4-5?
I think he'll win, Dave. Right. I think he'll win. But you know, I couldn't bet odds on, but I think he'll win.
Okay, Gary.
Yeah, I think he'll win as well, and good to see Mitch and Maurice Buckland, who is the father of the trainer of Ballymacdennis. Stuart Buckland's not feeling very well at the moment, so Maurice, I know you'll be watching. Good luck to you, mate. Maurice was at my wedding, a good friend of my late stepfather-in-law. So Maurice, good luck. Nice to see you back on the track soon. But let's concentrate on this one now. And the experienced Ballymacdennis in Travel One has won his share of opens over both 2 and 4 bends. He went out in the Pall Mall heats, but he does like it here, and he won very well over the course and distance in May, as well as the Oxfordshire Stakes final in February. Danger in trap 3, Darryl. I'm sure it's going to be Zodiac Zeus, who also runs this track well, but you've got to say that the favourite is justifying that price at the moment when you look at this field.
I have to say, if I wasn't so far behind and chasing Hobbsy, I probably would have napped Ballymacdennis as well, because he looks to have plenty going for him. Zodiac Zeus, of course, just back on the card after a lengthy absence. Won the Fengate Collar last season at Peter. A good form round here as well. Runner-up in the Blanchford Gold Cup. So he's got chances, certainly. Hares on the move for the Facebook.com/Ladbroke Standard. 450 metres. Ballymacdennis just loves a red jacket. Hare approaching, and away they go. Came away okay, but Slick Signature came away better, and Zodiac Zeus now moving through in the white jacket as they go to the bend. The favourite now up into second on the inside, Ballymacdennis. Zodiac Zeus by a length and a half maybe from Ballymacdennis in second, then 2 lengths away Slick Signature, who races wide then of Colourful Marco. They go down towards the home turn, still Zodiac Zeus, still there by a length. Ballymacdennis try to get on terms, in behind those running in third, Slick Signature, down towards the line. Zodiac Zeus is still in top here. Zodiac Zeus wins for Nora McEllistrim from 1 Ballymacdennis, and I think Slick Signature's got third, but a good training performance here by Nora for the double Z or double Z syndicate maybe. Zodiac Zeus off the track from December of last year until running in the first round of the Pall Mall. Broke really smartly on that occasion. He's known for some very good splits around here, and this is his 4th win from 10. Got a good start, so did Slick Signature on the outside for Keith Alsop, who'd been a little bit out of sorts. Ballymacdennis right there, going into the first bend. Just had to give way as they went towards the far side. A length and a half down on the leader. He's going to stay in front here, of course, Zodiac Zeus. And yet again, it's the white jacket shining here of trap 3. Guinness Kev, trap 3. Lil Risky, trap 3. And now Zodiac Zeus in the white coat as well. Six Signatures run okay, just in behind them. But as they come down towards the home straight, this is a really good run here for a greyhound who had been off the track for a long time, and just doing enough in the end for Hove-based Nora McEllistrim. Let's watch them across the line. Trap 3, Zodiac Zeus, by about a length and a quarter in the end. 1 Ballymacdennis, and back in third there was trap 4, Slick Signature. 11th career win for Zodiac Zeus, having his 34th open race here. Finalist in the Kent Derby as well last year.
We better have this thing about trap 3. We had 5 trap 3 winners out of 8 at Hove last week. We've had 3 out of 3 so far tonight. We better start watching trap 3 a bit closer. Stay of the Year Blonde Fletch runs in our next race at 8:35. Before that, the Greyhound of the Month for May presentation, and we hope to learn the future of Greyhound Derby champion Blonde Snapper. We're in Oxford for the Ladbrokes Pall Mall final. We're at Oxford. Next door to the dog track is the home of the Mini Cooper. This is where they make them. But we'll come on to the full result a little later on, because It's worth having a look at this Mini Cooper parked up there. Look, behind that graphic, and I wouldn't want to risk my no claims bonus getting that down. But you know, my dad used to have a Zephyr Zodiac years ago, and Zodiac Zeus reminds me of that, the way that he's moved out of here. Great performance by the Nora McKellistrom Double Z Syndicate owned dog. Been off for some time, was the danger to the Evans favourite Ballymac Dennis, but never a danger once the race got going. Always going to be the winner. Good performance. So Trap 3 wins again, and the confirmation of all the prices and details with Darryl Williams.
Thank you, Gary. 8:15 race at Oxford this evening went to Trap 3. Zodiac Zeus at 3-1, beating Trap 1. Ballymac Dennis, the Evans favourite. Trap 4, Slick Signature was third. The forecast £5.37. Tricast £14.32. The winning time was 26.97 by 3/4 of a length. Now we have a correction to the winning time in the 8 o'clock. It was a little bit quicker than we first believed, 14.85, and the winning distance 2 lengths, so a little bit faster than we first told you for Lil Risky. Now Julie Collier has been talking to Dean Childs.
Well, here at Sky Sports, we rarely turn down an opportunity to raise money for the retired Greyhound Trust, support the dogs that we all love once they're finished on the track, and if it involves making you look a bit of a Wally Dean in a silly hat, then all the better. I gather this is a bit of a running joke.
Yeah, it was a bet that was started last week by Colin, and it's kind of escalated a little bit with Stuart now getting involved as well. But as you say, it's for a good cause, and I think I wear it quite well, to be honest.
So just to explain to the viewers, because Dean is wearing this hat, Colin Denwood and Stuart Forsyth are both going to donate £50 to the retired Greyhound Trust, so £100 just for you wearing a hat, which can't be bad.
No, it can't be. And I mean, I was watching Royal Ascot today, and a lot of the women there are actually wearing a Union Jack theme, so I think I fit in pretty well.
You're trying to tell me you're fashionable.
I am. I'm with it. I am with it.
Well, I've got some news for you. They also have a pair of pink and yellow checked trousers for the next meeting, which would raise more money. How do you feel about that?
Really? No, I think I've done my bit, and I'll pass the checked trousers on to someone else.
Just quickly, Dean, a couple of runners for you tonight. Which one to look out for?
I think the pup, Droopy Casey, is going to be a good bitch in the future. It's quite tough for her tonight. It's a good race. I've trialled her here twice, and she's still struggling to get to hang with the boxes, but if she can come away, she's definitely going to break for 27 seconds around it for sure.
You've also got Curracule, due a win for that one?
Yeah, he's still on the comeback. He's been off a long while, and he's found quite a tough race tonight. So the race will bring him on, but yeah, probably just looking for him to run well, really.
Very quickly, Droopy's Lona went out of the semi-finals of the Pall Mall. Owner's in the box behind us, Mark Gilbert. What's the plans for her?
Yeah, Mark's in the box. He's got the pup running tonight. He's got a share of the pup, so yeah, that's why we're all up here and can enjoy the night. But yeah, no, we can hopefully trial her at Sunderland on Saturday, and then hopefully she goes well. We'll put her in the Sunderland competition the week after.
Excellent. We'll look forward to seeing her there, and enjoy wearing the hat.
I'll keep it on, don't worry.
No prizes for guessing who the Greyhound Riders Association have voted as their Greyhound of the Month in conjunction with the GBGB for the month of May. It is, of course, the William Hill Greyhound Derby champion, Blonde Snapper.
And there they go, racing up towards the first bend. It's a good start from 4 Taylor Sky, who's going to try and lead round the bend here, and does so successfully. Oh, there's trouble. Blonde Snapper on the outside now goes on, with Philo Iman in second as they head down the far side. Blonde Snapper taken on by Philo Iman. Up, get back to Coulibaly Byrne. It's still Blonde Snapper with a lead of half a length over Philo Iman. They come up the final bend. It's Blonde Snapper. Can he hold on? The answer is yes. Blonde Snapper wins the WilliamHill.com Greyhound Derby.
A great night there for Blonde Snapper and all of his connections. And Julie, he has won the Greyhound of the Month trophy for May. Clive Lawrence there, back on the programme, presenting the trophy to owner Mark Currell and Barry Faulkner, Chief Executive of the Greyhound Board of Great Britain, representing themselves, who are the sponsors. Now, Mark, have you come down to earth yet?
Yeah, just about. It's been a bit of a leery 3 weeks, to be honest with you. It has literally only just sunk in, really. We watched it about 700 times now, I think, and it has finally sunk in. So, yeah, we're back down on earth.
How did you feel about it looking back? Was it everything you dreamed of?
Yeah, and more, really. It was all a bit of a blur tonight, to be honest with you, and the next day, so we didn't really go to bed that night. But yeah, no, it's sunk in now, and it was just a fantastic night, really. But it is a blur. It all goes a bit quick, and I'd like to do it again, really, to enjoy it a little bit better. But no, it was a great feeling.
Now, I know that you spent the week since contemplating the future for Blonde Snapper, and you've got some news for us tonight.
Yeah, I really only made my mind up today, to be honest. We're gonna retire the dog. With a heavy heart, really, because you try all your life to get a dog like him, and then you don't really want to retire him. But we just want him to go out on the top, really. I'm
so sad to hear that. I mean, what was the decision behind not sending him to Sunderland to try and keep his classic title?
It's just he's not getting any younger, and if he went up there, it's one of them. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If he went up there and he got knocked over at the first bend, you'd feel terrible. If he went up there and he won, it'd been a great decision. But I think the world of the dog, and I just couldn't bear the thought of anything happening to him, and I just want him to go out at the top.
Presumably he'll have a great stud career ahead of him now?
Yeah, I hope so. We're speaking to one or two people. Nothing's been decided yet, but I mean, eventually that's where we hope he'll go. But there's no rush. He's enjoying the luxury at Mark's Kennel, getting spoiled as ever. And we'll just let it take its course, really.
Yeah, he's currently being fed plenty of cheese, but he'll always have a special place in your heart now, won't he?
Yeah, he's been well pampered up there, and he has got a special place in my heart, and that's why we're trying to do the right thing by him, really, and let him enjoy the rest of his days.
And just quickly, Blonde Fletch is just coming out for the next race. Do you fancy him here?
Well, he should win, really. There's one or two that should have won tonight that haven't, so I don't want to block him, but really he should be winning, really, and then hopefully he'll go straight up to Sunderland after this to defend his title up there.
Well, it's sad that we'll never see Blonde Snapper racing again, but as you say, you're going out on a high. It's been a dog that we've all enjoyed, and right decision, probably. I'll come to terms with it.
Yeah, I hope so anyway. We think so.
Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Well, that makes sense to me, Jonathan. I think that's the right decision.
I think whichever decision they would have made would have been the right one. That's the right one.
Yeah.
Let's hope Blonde Fletch goes up to Sunderland's got a chance to defend his William Hill Grand Prix final, and we parade Blonde Snapper on the night. I think it'd be fantastic. The dog's got a great future at stud. He's a Derby champion. He's been phenomenally fast over the years, and I think he proves out what a resolute performer he was to win that. And Mark's enjoy it. And you're great.
Yeah, Drippies, Greg, we're looking at stud possibilities, Nick and myself at the moment, but he had some serious injuries, and unfortunately we'll never know how many stayers races he would have won. We thought we'd win quite a lot, actually, to be honest, but that's the way it goes. And I have to say, the final word on Blonde Snapper, he had a lot of injuries, didn't he?
Certainly in his early days. I mean, they were preparing him for the Irish Puppy Derby, and things went wrong there. But remember he went toe to toe with Raven Giovanni. I mean, I think you remember what sort of a vintage period it was, and he was going there big time, so he wasn't the biggest surprise Derby winning when you think back to those sort of his earlier days.
OK, well, let's look forward now to Blonde Fletch, who's in Trap 2. Remember, Trap 3 is winning all the while tonight, as it often did at home. And as we go down to join the boys, the two Marks again, Mark Wallace and Mark Currell, own Blonde Fletch. What price at the moment do you think?
Short price, as you'd expect, Gary. There's been a fair bit of interest for him during the day. He's an odds-on chance on the track here, Blonde Fletch. Last time I looked, he was about 4 to 7. 4 to 7, he is Blonde Fletch. It's 6 to 1 bar is 3 Bahona Bridge, the same price for the 4 Swaby's Princess. 10 to 1 1 Scala Cozy. 14 to 1 5 Caracule, and 16 to 1 6 Jungle Am. We'll get Gary's views after the parade. Back to you, Jonas.
Thank you very much, Smithy. This is Scala Cozy running out of Trap 1 for Maurice Walsh, the Swindon trainer. 10 to 1 chance for your money, owned by Graham Rose, is a winner over 595 metres here at Oxford. The shorter run to the first bend, and ran very, very strongly. So if anything, the step up in distance shouldn't really halt Scala Cozy's progress. 27.38 catches the eye as a 4.50 trial. Trap 2 is the red hot favourite. It's Blonde Fletch, trained by Mark Wallace. You've just seen the owner, Mark Currell. The GB Stayer of the Year was Blonde Fletch last year. He's a stunning six-bend performer. Ultimately just bowed out the semi-final stages of the Coral Regency. Just didn't quite get home in the face of some strong running performances in behind, but this trip should suit. Bahona Bridge runs out of Trap 3, a big price winner on a Derby final night. Bahona Bridge, 8 wins and 6 seconds recently. Chris Allsop's Greyhound is a tip-top performer and will take his chance if 2 happen to miss the kick. I think we saw Bahona Bridge winning on the Sky card. Ladbrokes Arc. Trap 4 is Swaby's Princess, trained by Paul Young for Roy Swaby. Ran well in the Regency, reaching the semi-finals there. Went out behind the champion which was Mr. Child's got form behind Bubbly Capel as well. Open race successes at Sheffield and at Nottingham. Swaby's Princess, so no problems with the 645 metre trip here. Has been running over 740, 695 at Hove. Track 5, big outsider, 14 to 1, Curracule. But if you look at some of his form, you'll notice he reached the final of the St Ledger behind the unlucky Aero Majestic last year. Ex-Charles Fannis trained greyhound. Charles is now retired, but I'm sure he's watching. Curracule go through his paces tonight, now trained by Dean Childs. Curracule runs from, owned by Neil Cousins, owned by the Neil in the orange jacket. And Jungle Land runs out of trap 6. Alan Jenkins trains this one for John Glues, 20 to 1, even bigger price in the ring. Ex-Monmore base greyhound, A1, A2 at Hall Green over the 4 bends. Open race successes at Nottingham in a maiden contest. Ran second at Coventry last time.
Blomfletch, still the same price down here, 4 to 7, hasn't moved one way or the other. 6 to 1 Bar they call now, 3 Beherna Bridge and 4 Swaby's Princess. 10 to 1 1 Scala Cozy, 14 to 1 5 Curracule, just out to 16. 12 to 1 the One Dog as well now, 20 to 1 6 Jungle Land. Predictor for the stayers. 2's the favourite, 2's a fairway clear. But 1 or 2 good things got legged over tonight, Gal. Is this another one going to be on?
No, I think this one will win, Dave. I think this is a good 7 of all chance here. Blomfletch, it just looks, when we spoke to Mark Cole earlier as well, you know, it looks a different class too, doesn't it? I think the forecast 2-3, 2-1. I think one of the inside dogs will run on to be second, but 2 dog looks a good thing. 7 of all.
Would you want to bet the 7 or 4 on?
I think I would, Dave. When
it's got a lot of early speed.
As soon as this camera goes off, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You'll be watching. I'm going to go and bet it on. I think it'll win, Dave.
Well, what's he going to? I mean, is he going to lead round all the way? Do you think?
Well, we need some euros for the weekend for Ireland, don't we?
Yeah,
for Belfast.
Well, no,
so
Belfast
we've got to get it somewhere.
It's pound sterling. It's in Northern Ireland.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. I never knew that. I'm
Euros,
good at school.
We need euros for the Tralee the week after.
I was good at school, weren't I? I've got 2 O levels, 1 for finding fish and chip shops and 1 for finding betting shops. Unlike you, Mr. Newman.
What are you going to do? I'm not having this. You'll appear on television. You're part of the Sky team. What are you going to do when the camera's off you?
I'm going to back the 2 dog girl. I'm going to back Blomfletch, I'll be truthful. I think it's a good thing.
Right, thank you for clearing that up.
Keep the camera running.
Can you get the camera on?
Yeah, give the bloke a chance. Off he goes. It takes him a long while to get the bookies behind him. Right, here we go then. 645 metres, 6 bends, Ladbroke Stairs. Let's have a quick look. Let's, in fact, a quick word with a local bookie. Here's Julie to explain who it is.
Yeah. Well, Richard is a bookmaker who's been here for how long?
About 22 years now, yeah.
Well, that's a long time. How's it changed in that time?
Not as busy as it was, cash-wise, but just still as good, still as exciting, yeah.
Obviously, lots going on tonight. Slightly disappointing crowd for Pall Mall night, but taking plenty of money for Blomfletch?
No, not at the moment. We've took £43 on it at the moment, so not very good at it. I'm hoping it's winning.
We'll wait and see. They're going in the boxes. Thank you very much.
OK, thank you very much. Yes.
OK, stay of the year, Blomfletch. Only £43 going on with that bookmaker. Is different class here, though, surely. Fell short defending his Coral Regency crown at Hove, but tell you what, Darryl, I'm sure he'll be much more suited to this less testing trip. Definitely the one to beat. You've only got to look at the price to know that. Stayer of the year, this is a class act.
Absolutely, Gary. He's a winner here back in the middle of May for the only race that's been run over this distance this year. He was beaten over 595 metres the week before that, but prolific winner, of course, last year. Obviously, Grand Prix winner, Regency winner last year. Semi-finals of that competition a week or 2 back. And 4 to 7 in the betting as they go for. Beherna Bridges winning plenty of races. You remember he won, of course, on Derby final night. Beat some very decent stayers on that occasion. He's won 3 out of 10 since stepping up in distance. And Swaby's Princess is a pretty decent bitch as well over a trip. She's won 3 out of 13 over 600 metres or further, although neither have had a look round here. Hare is on the move then. This is the Ladbroke Stayers. Race number 5 on the card. All the trap 3s going in tonight. Worth pointing out the 7 of the 14 bags races on Sunday also went to trap 3. Off they go for the Stayers then. Fairly level start. Beherna Bridge just coming through the centre. Curracule on the outside. Blomfletch is tucked in behind Greyhounds, just slightly held up with Scala Cozy as they come into the straight for the first time. So Curracule lead them by about a length then from Blomfletch, who's made quick and solid headway to go up into second. Further back in the field, Beherna Bridge, and they're being followed down by Jungle Land as they run down the far side. Scala Cozy and then Swaby's Princess midway down the far side. Curracule there, but Blomfletch is coming. Blomfletch now up on the the inside, takes it up for Mark Wallace, goes a length in front of Curracule. In behind those, back in third, Baherna Bridge, down the home straight. No problems for this jolly old favourite. Blondfletch is clearing right away, and he's won well from Curracule in second and Scarlacosi back in third. Blondfletch has won decisively here for Mark Currell, and Mark Wallace taking the 5th race of the night here at Oxford, the Ladbroke Stayers, and ultimately doing it pretty well here. His 3rd win of 2012 on his 7th start here. Didn't get a particularly good start either, did he? He was behind Greyhounds early on. Baherna Bridge broke well. Curracule's run a very good race indeed. He hasn't won for a while, but encouragement there for Dean Childs Greyhound, who led them as they came into the straight first time. Jungle Land in trap 6 out very wide, but plenty of room here for Blondfletch to move through, starting just to get a look and a watch on the leader as they went on towards the 3rd and 4th bends here. And you always felt, I'm sure, if you're on Blondfletch or indeed Curracule, that the favourite was going to come through here and get plenty of racing room on the inside. Curracule inviting him to come through here. A big yawning gap, and Blondfletch needed no second invitation, starting now to pull right away. Curracule nothing more to give. Running on is Scarlacosi, chased home the winner here the other week, so that's not a bad line of form at all. Maurice Walsh's Greyhound featured in, but the favourite has won, and ultimately has won very well indeed. Here they are crossing the line. Trap 2, Blondfletch. His 27th open race victory from 59 starts. 2nd place going to the 5, Curracule, and Trap 1, Scarlacosi, was in 3rd.
So last out the traps, Blondfletch, but soon hunted them down, and when that gap appeared at the 2nd bend, he went straight through, and it was soon going to be over. The marathon is on its way, 10 minutes to 9 the off time. 2 of the usual suspects, last week's winner, an in-form bitch, Bubbly Capel, and the runner-up, Aero Gaga. We're in Oxford, it's Ladbroke's Pall Mall final night. We're at Oxford. They've had a big drive to get lots of people in here in the restaurant and elsewhere tonight. Counter attraction, of course, the football, but plenty of food here. And yep, they've said they've just backed Blondfletch. Well, it wasn't much of a price. Started last, Stayer of the Year, for the 6 bends, of course, and he's tracking well. He's hunting them down. He's found the gap as most of those greyhounds moved off, and he's found that it's pretty easy to pass Curracule, who has left a big gap for him as well. So through he goes, and justifying everyone's belief in this Stayer of the Year, who is presumably going to go on now to the Grand Prix at Sunderland. Mark Wallace and Mark Currell, pleased again. Here's Darryl.
Thank you, Gary. So the 8:35 result here at Oxford, a double for Mark Wallace. Trap 2, Blondfletch, the winner, the 4-7 favourite, beating Trap 5, Curracule, 16-1. Trap 1, Scarlacosi in 3rd. Forecast paid £8.36. The TriCast, £30.88. And the winning time, 40.01. Winning distance there was 4 lengths. Down on the winners' podium presentation area is Julie with the winning connections.
Nice winning distance there by Blondfletch, justifying his favouritism. Mark, expected really, wasn't it?
For sure. I mean, I thought he'd have a good chance of winning tonight. As I said, we're trying to build him up ready for Sunderland. This track's very similar to Sunderland, and not sure if we'll go straight there, but we'll plan it out, and hopefully he can go well, and defend his title at Sunderland.
He obviously just missed out on a place in the Regency final when we were at Hove last week. He must have been disappointed, but perhaps this suits him better.
Yeah, I mean, that 6.95 is really tough at Hove. He had just come back from an injury that he'd had for 3 or 4 months. Maybe he wasn't quite as fit and in the form he was last year when he won it, but, the 6.40 at Sunderland to be right up his street, judging by this at the moment, and I think he'd be the dog everybody's got to beat up there.
So for him, all roads lead to Sunderland. Obviously for Blonde Snapper, they don't. I'm gathering Mark's told you the news now. You had the dog booked in for a trial on Thursday, so you must be quite surprised.
Well, no, not surprised, because we wasn't sure which way we was going come the weekend, and Mark still hadn't finalised what he was going to do. As a precaution, I booked a trial if he was to stay in racing, because if I'd have left it until after today, I would have struggled to get a trial in time, like, you know. But I did say it was only a precautionary booking, and obviously I'm pleased with what Mark's decision is. I'm delighted that we're going to go out on the biggest high that you can in the game. For myself and all our kennel, we're you know, it's going to be gutting not seeing him racing again, but at the same time, what a way to go out winning the Derby.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And you can keep feeding him cheese now without any worries about that. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Whoops there, slight lack of communication there, Hobbsy, but we've decided already that's we agree with that decision.
Yeah, and I'm sure Mark does as well. I mean, you know, he's a trainer, he wants to see the Greyhound run, I'm sure, and you know, while they were just considering it, he booked the trial for Sunderland. But yeah, it's a great shame, but hey, you know, it's right decision's been made, I'm sure.
Quick word on the final, which we know is wide open. I mean, Mark Wallace running away with the Trainer of the Year championship nationally. Chris Alsop cannot win a final so far. He's got 2 runners in the final.
Yeah, I mean, I said earlier...
This year, I'm sort of about can't win a final
this year. They set such high levels last year, and they were all around the country. And their Greyhounds, you know, Britain's Empire, Ballymacace, were at the peak of their powers at that stage. So it's always going to be difficult to match those. So I'm sure he's disappointed he's not carried off a final. We got a big chance tonight. And just looking at the history of the Pall Mall, one of the most prestigious events in greyhound racing, I think only Fearless Ace in the 80s has won back-to-back.
And that was different trainers as well.
And that would be something else. Yeah. You know, it shouldn't be underestimated.
Got to move on now because it's the marathon, of course. And just to remind you that trap 4 is vacant. Here's trap 1 for you, Aero Gaga.
A dog who's in very good form. Paul Young trains this one for the Fours Dyke Syndicate. Ted Hegarty marathon winner at Dublin the back end of last year. Now, it's been well punted today as well, Aero Gaga. He's got the draw. I think he's going to lead. I mean, I've gone with Aero Gaga against the favourite here just purely because I thought he ran a cracking race for a dog who seems not to stay at Wimbledon. He seems to stay 9:30 at Hove. Terrific effort. And if he leads, he's going to put pressure on the favourite. Jason Foster, Wimbledon trainer, leading up Storm Pockets here, who's an old rival of Aero Gaga, ran up in the Hegarty marathon final at the back end of last year. Storm Pockets has showed pace, yet to strike gold in the UK, but certainly showed pace over 930 metres last time, certainly down the back straight, caught the eye. Didn't quite get home, perhaps. Maybe this trip this evening, the 845, compared to the 930, might just suit Storm Pockets better. Now, Wise Totty's a hugely popular performer in the betting shops. Of course, he runs on the backs cards at Swindon's on many occasions, trained by Peter Swadden for the Merritt family, Paul and Joyce, over 100 races now, but as an open race stayer, he's always been, or she rather, has always been one to fear. 737 metres, winning on Arc final night at Swindon, also Cesarewitch final here at Oxford. Here's another line about Oxford form, 2010 Cesarewitch champion. Confirmation trap 4 doesn't run, vacant trap, Bubbly Capel, the red hot favourite, led up by Tony Gifkins, trainer of Bubbly Capel for the Champagne Club at Syndicate, track record breaker at Milden Hall recently. Was campaigned in the Coral Regency, 695 metres, just a little bit too sharp for Bubbly Capel, but she was far from disgraced, and for good measure she came back to the Coral Sussex track and bolted home over 930 metres last week. A red-hot favourite here, and unsurprising. Silvertoon Blaze runs out of trap 6 even for Morris Wolf's big price in the ring, 25 to 1, very much up in trip, which is into the unknown. 1 win from 21 starts doesn't inspire, hence why there's a big price for Silverton Blaze up against the likes of Aero Gaga and Bubbly Capel.
Pretty skinny, as you'd expect. Bubbly Capel, 1 to 3 it is. 5 to 2, 1 Aero Gaga, 14 to 1 Bar 2, 2 Storm Pockets and 3 Wise Totty, 25 to 1 for 6 Silverton Blaze. Predict, I'd imagine a 5 is a long way clear. Well, it's clear, but not that long of clearing front. There's about
what's
that?
11, about just over 2 lengths, isn't it? Just under 2 lengths.
Or so, yeah.
What have we come up early? Sky Bet, they bet on the top Greyhound of the year. You know, IMZ Girl won it last year, and they're going 5 to 2.
Bubbly Capel.
Bubbly Capel to win it, and I really think they could pick off all these little opens every week in the Champagne Club. That'd be fantastic for them as well, wouldn't it? If it did, I think you know, it's a good dog, isn't it? It's
been fantastic, to be honest. You know, she can. Yeah. Well, Leo owns it. Well, Part used to own it. Lee Gifkins said that. Once told me that if it doesn't lead, she doesn't win, but she's proved that she doesn't do that all the time. No, that's what he said originally. Yeah. But now, you know, she's led or she's come behind to win. So
I think the
she's versatile, really.
Isn't it? It's only 2 runners. It looks 5 and 1, doesn't it? But
yeah.
I don't know. I fancy 5.
Lee's watching in Malta, by the way.
Hi, Lee. Good luck to you, son. Lee, it's been evens here.
We've had it, Ollie. We've had it. Gary?
Tell you what, Gary Wiltshire, you've got to fancy Lil Risky now with a clear lead and looks good in these sprints. Got his form back.
Yeah, but
4-2 he's leading, wins on Sky.
Yeah, before 3 after in about 5 minutes time, Gal. So you know,
all right,
won't be a lot in it.
No, all right, I'll give you that.
Like your wallet, but also like my wallet.
Oh dear, he likes a laugh, doesn't he? Julie.
With some members from the Champagne Club syndicate here. What a fantastic bitch this one is. She's got a great combination of early pace and staying power, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's fantastic. I've only been in the Champagne Club since March. Well, no, since January, sorry. I bought Sharon Bubby Swallow, and then Cape will come along, and yeah, we only got into one other, and that's Bubby Rossi, who runs tonight in Ireland. Yeah, so we're very new to it.
They're going in the boxes. Good luck here. Hopefully I'll speak to you guys on the podium.
Thank you, Julie. 2-5 now, Bubbly Capel. Just about the biggest price she's been all day. Hares on the move for the Ladbrokes Marathon, and money around for Aero Gaga. 5-2. 8:45 metres. They go round twice, of course, and off they go. 5 dogs only. Wise Totty got away best. Storm Pockets, the blue jacket on the inside. Then Bubbly Capel is out wide, checking badly there. Storm Pockets and running into Silver and Blaze, and those two are now struggling further back through the field as Aero Gaga makes good ground. Midway down the back, Wise Totty by 3 lengths. Aero Gaga on the inside. Bubbly Capel is another couple of lengths behind. Quite wide at the bend though, Bubbly Capel. And as they come down with a lap to run, Bubbly Capel is now some 7 lengths off the speed here. Wise Totty stepping up in distance, tackled now by Aero Gaga, who goes on here for the Forsdyke Syndicate. Moving up Bubbly Capel now within 4 or 5 lengths in 3rd place, but it's Aero Gaga who got first run as they go down towards the final bend. The Ted Hegarty winner from last back end, he's in front. Bubbly Capel is after him. Aero Gaga still there though by 3 lengths here, and he's going to pull off a big surprise. Aero Gaga has beaten Bubbly Capel, and back in 3rd was Wise Totty. Well, there was a lot of money around for Aero Gaga today. You could have had 9-2 with many of the firms this morning, but the price 5-2 the last show we had in Aero Gaga. He's a pretty decent tall on his day. Most of his recent winning, admittedly, has been over 6 bends, but he has well and truly come out on top here. Let's have a look and see how this all panned out. Slowly away as well, Aero Gaga. Rather missed the break. Wise Totty got away quickly. Now Storm Pockets is going to check off at the bend. Bumps past Bubbly Capel, bumps into Bubbly Capel, pushed to the rear. Silver and Blaze was on the back of that. That put paid to Maurice Warse's Greyhounds' chances. But going down the far side then towards the 3rd bend first time, Wise Totty, who'd not been this sort of distance previously here, Peter Swadden's virtually a veteran campaigner, tackled there by Aero Gaga. Plenty of room for Aero Gaga down the inside, and all of a sudden Bubbly Capel's task is a little harder than those who took the very short odds would have anticipated here. She's still about 4 lengths down and coming towards home. Well, Aero Gaga is not for stopping here, and Aero Gaga, a solid performance here. Paul Young's Greyhound coming off the closing couple of bends here, bends 7 and 8. You can see Bubbly Capel has got loose now from Wise Totty, but never any likelihood of catching the winner. Going very wide as well on the outside there, Bubbly Capel. And it's Aero Gaga's race comfortably in the end here in the red jacket of Trap 1. It's won by about, what, 5-6 lengths maybe in the end, possibly more. Bubbly Capel in 2nd. And in behind Trap 3, Wise Totty finishes in 3rd.
Some of the very skinny favourites are getting turned over tonight. Aero Gago's 4th in this race last year. Just like to remind Mr. Wiltshire that Lil Risky is now 4 wins against 2, top of the Dog of the Year on Sky. 3 more live races on Sky for you here at Oxford, climaxed by the Ladbrokes Pall Mall final at 9:45. It's been a beautiful day in Oxford, and what a beautiful skyline that is this evening. It looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? Absolutely marvellous, those shots. And after all that, we had a slight surprise in the marathon. Aero Gaga stumbles out of the box in the red jacket, but he's going to power his way through. He ran in this race last year, was 4th. And Bubbly Capel in Trap 5 just can't run this Oxford track. Just doesn't suit her at all. She's been getting a really good reputation, but she's not going to win this one tonight. It's going to be Aero Gaga, winner on the Arc Sky night at Swindon. Been in good form since returning from winning the Ted Hegarty Marathon at Harrods Cross. So well done, the Champagne Club, well done, Tony Gifkins, all confirmed by Dan.
Result of the 850 race at Oxford, a win for Trap 1, Aero Gaga at 5-2. The runner-up, Trap 5, Bubbly Capel, the 4-9 favourite. Trap 4 was vacant. The forecast paid £3.59 and the winning time 53.49 by a distance of 4 lengths. Now Julie Collier is with Clive Stanley.
Well, Clive, Aero Gaga ran very well last week at Hove without really looking like catching Bubbly Capel. Pleased to turn the tables tonight?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, I couldn't quite see what happened at the start, but he looked like he made a total hash of it. And he got a little bit of luck at the first 2 bends and got back into the race. And once he did that, he's always got a good chance, like when he got in front.
He did, he totally slipped out the traps, but obviously far enough distance that he could make that ground up.
That's right, yeah. But yeah, he's run well tonight, yeah. He's run well.
He won the Ted Hegarty Marathon last year in Ireland. Have you been pleased with his form since he's come back?
He's not been staying quite as well, but like you say, last week at Hove he showed that he was staying a lot better because he got the 9:30 last week quite well. So it shows he's coming back to a bit of form, I think.
I think I'm right in saying he ran in this race last year and came 4th. So would you say he's a better dog now?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, he did have some good races last year as well. I think it's just if you catch him right on the right race, he goes well, yeah.
Well, a nice win for you there, and obviously the owners pick up the prize money. Maybe they can put that towards Dean Charles wearing his Union Jack hat as well, because he was one of the contributors to Retired Greyhound Trust. Congratulations.
Lovely, thanks very much, Julie. Thank you.
Yes, so shocked at Bubbly Capel's performance there. I should have said that the owners of Aero Gaga are the Foresight Syndicate, who are Stuart and his dad Eamon, and of course trained by Paul Young. So 9:10, the next race, and meanwhile a chance to see last Thursday's 3 Ladbrokes Pall Mall semi-finals.
It's weather better suited to ducks than dogs here at Oxford tonight for the Pall Mall semi-finals. The track's running on the slow side, but there's still a fair crowd here to see who is going to make your Pall Mall final for 2012.
And in the first semi-final, Troopers Loner in Trap 2, a warm favourite at 11-10, 4-1 Trap 1 Go A Getter, 5-1 Trap 3 You Mind Me, 6-1 Bar. And they race away. Good start from 4. Ballymac dropped off on the outside. Dramana Max is picking up. 3's right there on the inside. You Mind Me as they go towards the first bend. You Mind Me is going to go on. Droopis Lona's out the back. She's only 5th as they go down the far side. You Mind Me is shot away. Dramana Max stripes on the outside. Then Castle Bride Dan. Followed up then by Droopis Lona, who's got into 4th place, but still plenty on her plate off the final bend. You Mind Me still the leader. Dramana Max is closing now within a length in second. They've shot away from the others. You Mind Me will win from Dramana Max. Trap 3, You Mind Me, the winner at 5-1. Dramana Max in second at 8-1 for Frank Taylor. Winning time 27.24 by half a length.
We expect him to go take a good lead early, and fortunately enough he stayed on tonight. So he's run well, he's beat a good bitch in Droopy's Loner.
What are your hopes now for the final?
If we can break and make the first bend, then we've got every chance, yeah.
Thrilled, absolutely. I mean, you know, he's run a blinder, he just loves the tracks.
Do you think he can go one better than last year and finish first? He came second last year.
It would be nice to see what the draw, see how he fare in the draw, but who knows?
And out of the second semi-final, where Britain's Empire, the reigning champion, was the 11-10 favourite, 4-1 Rio Torino, and Kilmalady Biffo 5-1 Bar. And traps open away, they go all stumbling badly. Black Silver's lost any chance. Britain's Empire, a good start on the inside. Hazy Purdy, trap 2, trying to squeeze round. Britain's Empire just taking a step to the right and held up the pack, and now is clear. Britain's Empire ahead, 3 Rio Torino on the inside, then of Farlow Mysterio, then Kilmalady Biffo, but Britain's Empire going well, leads by a couple. The pack are trying to close. Hazy Purdy tries to make ground. Here's Farlow Mysterio on the outside, off the final bend. Britain's Empire being chased hard by Farlow Mysterio. They'll be the first 2. Farlow Mysterio just getting up. Farlow Mysterio in Trap 6 wins at 5-1. Britain's Empire, the 11-10 favourite for Pat Curtin. Winning time 27.45.
Fantastic race there by Farlow Mysterio. Would you ever have expected him to pick up the likes of Britain's Empire?
When he went so close second off the last bend, I thought perhaps he would catch him. You know, he's very strong coming off the last. It's taken a long time coming back. No real form since last year's Puppy Derby, but just in the last couple of weeks he started to show signs that maybe he's on his way, you know, so we were hopeful.
6 is a very strong dog, and I think the going's better on the outside tonight. He's probably about -30 the track, I would say, and yeah, he found it hard work coming home.
How important was it to you to be in there with a shout defending his title?
lovely for him, and obviously lovely for us, because this is the 4th year we've been in the final of the Pall Mall. Won the last 2. Hopefully if he gets a nice draw, then decent going, every chance.
Line up for the 3rd semi-final saw the favourite here, Trap 1 Westmead Shore at 5-2, 3-1 Smart Bid, 7-2 Hello Shore, 4-1 Bar. They race away for the last semi-final. Packing heat got a good start. Trap 4 on the far side. Millwoods Black up against the fence. Westmead Shore as they go round the first bend. All got very tight there, and we've lost Millwoods Black, who's down at the rear. Meantime, Westmead Shore tackled now by Hello Shore. They're getting away from the other. Smart Bid out wide after a bad start, but now making good progress. They go towards the final bend. Hello Shore locked in combat with Westmead Shore. Smart Bid is trying to pick them off. They're down the straight. Hello Shore on the outside. Smart Bid still coming home. Hello Shore. Smart Bid up for 2nd. Trap 6 Hello Shore, 7-2 the winner, beat Trap 2 Smart Bid at 3-1 for Richard Yates, winning time 27.49.
Yeah, he's running better this year than he was last year anyway, so we were a bit worried about him last year. He wouldn't have the track, but he just seems to be taking to it now, so keeping their fingers crossed.
So would you be more confident this year than last year of winning it?
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, we fancied the dog from the start a little bit, but when we looked at the prices, we thought we got no chance.
Paul Smart Bid's in the final, but he can't afford to trap like that on Tuesday, can he?
No, that's absolutely shocking out of the traps. You know, he absolutely walked out. I think he slipped, to be honest, in the traps. Probably a little bit wet in there, and he slipped. And he's rode his luck and gone round 3rd, picked up the 1 dog and qualified, so we've got away with it.
Well, they were the 3 semi-finals. How does the betting shape up for the final? Well, there has been support for Smart Bid, nibbled up to 4-1 from 5s, but joint favourites at the moment with our sponsors Ladbrokes are Britain's Empire and You Mind Me. They will have a rare early pace battle into the bend.
Well, before the 9:10, shorter stairs. Let's go down to the betting ring. Be interested to know what you boys think will win the Ladbrokes Pall Mall, because it does look a terrific open race.
Yeah, it looks really hard, doesn't it, Dave? We don't know who's going to be favourite as well, no. You know, well, I think it could be a free-to-field race. I thought You Mind Me, Frankie Taylor's dog could be favourite, but, you know, who knows? There's plenty of money to the top with Ladbrokes, isn't there, Dave?
Two's a lot of work for
the
two in the race as well. It's going with a Pakistani derby.
Yeah, the 2 dog, Gary. I don't know what Dave just said there, if you heard him. It's going for the Pakistan derby in January. It's got new owners today, Britain's Empire, and that's what they bought the dog for. And I just said, is it a round track? It's 260 yards on a straight course there, and the prize money's not very good, but it's just for the joy of owning the Pakistani derby winner.
OK, let's give you the betting then for the next, on the way to the parade. See how they wager at the moment. 5-2 to 5 Air Force New York, 3-1 3 Bang Crash Wallop, 7-2 2 Mountjoy Orion, 4-1 1/3 Intention, 5-1 4 Thelsbeg Bound, Ardmale Player. The only wide in the race is a 10-1 chance. What do you fancy here?
Don't forget the 5 dog. This is the Ladbrokes special offer.
Air Force, yeah.
Richard Harkness and Alex Donoghue, when they come down, they've gone 3-1, haven't they? So if you fancy Air Force New York, pick up the phone, the magic sign, and you'll get 3-1 for your money. OK, more betting from us after the parade with Hobbsy.
Thank you very much. It's the 9:10 at Oxford. Trap 1. 3rd Intention, trained by Graham Howson and owned by Graham Howson, knocked out in the heats of the Ladbrokes Festival Classic, 630 metres, but has the draw, and an early pace performer could just lead up in the dash to the first bin. Has pace outside with Mountjoy Orion, runner up in the Spring Festival, Ladbrokes Spring Festival at Monmore to Mays Gold earlier this year. Mountjoy Orion carries the hopes of Mark Wallace in Trap 2 for a team of owners Danny Gomez, Jenna James, Ben James and Graham James. And Mountjoy Orion, similar sorts of 3rd Intention, does show her best form when she can blaze a trail. She has got course and distance winning form. Indeed, back on the 24th of May, hosed up, beating the aforementioned Mays Gold by 6 lengths in a good time to boot. Bang Crash Wallop has been doing exactly that of late for Ray Goodman and Ray Taylor. Bang Crash Wallop has won 5 of his last 8 starts with wins at Hall Green, Harlow and at Monmore, and dead heated here back on the 17th of May, so the course and distance form is pretty good. Trap 4 is Thelsbeg Bound, trained by Seamus Cahill, Oaks finalist last year, was off the track from January through to May, but a greyhound who thus, or therefore, will certainly improve for a couple of comeback runs, not least at Romford on Friday, when just getting up in the shadow of the post to deny Steam Machine. Running out of Trap 4 is Thelsbeg Bound, a 5-1 chance in the ring. 7-2 chance is Air Force New York. I can't help thinking, despite the fact that it's a perilous draw for Air Force New York. That's a big price. He's got to get across to the rails, no question about that. Air Force New York, plenty of pace. He's been going hammer and tongs with Aero Joker at Romford. Prior to that, wasn't a disgrace in the Regency semi-finals at Hove. A little bit too testing ultimately at 6.95 Air Force New York at Hove. Ardmale Player runs out of trap 6 for Chris Stringer, a greyhound who's owned by Honor McBride. Top grade performer at Swindon over the 4 bends. Also Henlow 460 and 550. So there's a little bit of stamina there. Ardmale Player, pretty consistent sort really, out of the frame. Ben McBride leading up.
Betting changes in as they head up towards the starting traps. 3-1 to field in this end of the ring, but it's 7-2 to field at the other end. 7-2 is favourite now, 5 Air Force New York, along with 3 Bancash Wallop. 4-1 2 Mountjoy Orion. 5-1 each, 1/3 Intention, and 5-1 4 Thelsbeck Bound. They've taken the 6. 10-1 for the 6 Ardmale Player. Predictor goes away the 5 by some margin here, Air Force New York.
Just adding up the percentage, Dave, it's 109% now. Now, 109% is fantastic value again. You've got to take you out to the bookies here tonight. They are really, there's not many people here big with the football being on and Royal Ascot, but really and truly, they are trying to take a bet, haven't they? And they've gone 7-2 to 5 dog, which, as you know, it's only 3-1, and that was a push with our books as well. Yeah. Fantastic value here tonight, honestly.
Yeah, 109% means they're working on a 9% profit margin, provided they lay every dog in the race, which is you don't often get that. Usually about 30%.
What, if you was a bookie, Dave, you wouldn't make it pay at 9%. You wouldn't make it pay at 29%. So well done to the Oxford bookies.
Yeah. Okay. Very nearly set to go in, Gary.
Yep, 595 metres. There's a short run to this first bend in this stayers race. 3rd Intention in trap 1 is having his first run here, but he can break smartly. Really competitive this one, Darryl, but you know, just got a sneaky feeling about trap 1. If he gets out, might take a bit of catching with that short run to the bend.
Well, it's certainly his box, Gary. 3rd Intention. He's won 4 of his last 5 races when he's had the red jacket of trap 1, but as you say, hasn't been round here previously. Mountjoy Orion, of course, is 2 from 2 over the course and distance. Mark Wallace's greyhound. I've come down on Bancash Wallop as the nap selection. It's a bit of a speculative nap. I think any nap in this race would have to go under that category, but this is a greyhound who's won 4 out of 6 since stepping up in distance, and I'm hoping there's a bit more to come. He did win over the course and distance, albeit in a very slow time back in the middle of last month. So really, really competitive here, and as you say, so important to get a position into the bend. There's Ardmale Player going forward. Only wide runner, of course, potentially very well drawn with Air Force New York likely to turn left. The Regency semi-finalist in trap 5. Starters wave the flag. It's the Ladbrokes and Metro. Love the dogs, 595 metres. Hare just behind the boxes now for the 9-10. And they're racing and off they go. Bancash Wallop got away just ahead, trying to clear trap 1 3rd Intention. Gets slightly tangled with Ardmale Player as they make their way on towards the home straight then. And it's Bancash Wallop and Ardmale Player. They sit side by side. They've gone 3 away from 3rd Intention. Then Air Force New York as they run down the far side. A good buckle going on. Bancash Wallop goes on by half a length. Ardmale Player. Now Air Force New York's making ground on the inside of 3rd Intention. They run towards the home turn. It's still all to play for here. Bancash Wallop by a length. Ardmale Player. Air Force New York coming home really well. Down the straight. Bancash Wallop on the far side. Air Force New York getting there. Air Force New York's got up in time to deny Bancash Wallop, and then Ardmale Player back in 3rd. The late show here from Air Force New York for Ricky Holloway, who's timed it perfectly just to get up and deny Bancash Wallop, who's run a very good race again for Heather Dimmock. And Ardmale Player just in behind them. Let's have a look at the race again from the start here. Slowly away, in fact, you'd say missed the break, really, Air Force New York. Right at the rear of the field, so has made a huge amount of ground up. Thelsbeck Bound pushed at the first bend by Mountjoy Orion, who was struggling again on terms today. Meantime, Bancash Wallop having to work very hard to get away from Ardmale Player through the first half of the race. Those two having a real old buckle down the far side. 3rd Intention's moved up, and the eventual winner here, Air Force New York, will get racing room. You can see Bancash Wallop going quite wide again, probably gave away more than the distance he was beaten here. And off the last bend, he's still there, Bancash Wallop, but he is going to be run out of this because Air Force New York is coming through, and with The 3-dog going very wide. He just basically handed it on a plate to Air Force New York, who's come through to win here. So trap 5, Air Force New York has won. From in second there, trap 3, Bang Crash Wallop, and in behind those, trap 6, Ardmale Player, crossing the line in third.
Good race that, and Hobbsy's had the last 2 winners, Aero Gaga, and now at 7-2 joint favourite, Air Force New York, trained by Ricky Holloway.
One that don't like New York.
Well, still one more race before, that's the puppies, before we get to the big race of the night, the Ladbrokes Pall final, £8,000 the winner. It's amazing, Chris Allsop, we mentioned earlier, hasn't won a final this year, and he's trainer of the year for last year. So he's got 2 chances in the final, and he's discussing them now with Julie.
Well, Chris Allsop is a trainer who's particularly successful in the Pall Mall. He's won it the last 2 years, aiming for a 3rd in a row tonight. It's got 2 runners in the final. Chris, you must be delighted to be double-handed tonight.
Yes, we are, yeah. Hopefully they both run well and win for us. I mean, one of them win, hopefully. I don't care who wins, as long as one of them win. So hopefully they come out the traps, go out in the corner and hang on.
Well, Smart Bid has only just turned 2, and he's clocked the fastest time in this competition from trap 1. What sort of a chance do you rate him as having?
I think, to be honest, you haven't seen the best of this pup yet. He's only just 2. He hasn't really trapped yet. If he does trap, he'll win, hands down. He's a very, very, very fast greyhound. And he can trap as well. That's his forte, really, but he hasn't trapped yet. So, like I say, if Smart Bid led, it'll be game over.
He is inconsistent at the traps. Can he come from behind if he needs to?
Yeah, he can. He does stay the 450 well. You know, if he doesn't trap and he turns second to Britain's Empire, that would be nice. But we'll wait and see.
Britain's Empire is a lovely story, defending his championship tonight. He got picked up in his semi-final, but the going was fairly heavy. Do you think tonight's going to suit him better? Yeah,
he's a lovely dog. He loves this track, runs it fantastic. He trapped in the first round, unbelievable, bang gone. If he does that tonight, he'll have every chance of winning again.
Drawn in 2, he won it from there last year. Is that a good omen?
Yeah, it is. You know, the dog, loves this track, like I said before, but he must lead. If he doesn't lead, he's finished.
What would it mean to you to notch up your 3rd Pall Mall final?
Oh, it'd be unbelievable to win this 3 years on the trot. It'd be fantastic for the kennel. We haven't won anything this year. We had a fantastic year last year, but this year we're trying, and we just can't win the final yet. But hopefully that will end later on.
I know you've had some rough luck tonight, so hopefully the dogs will come off sound and maybe I'll see you on the podium later. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you very much.
And he's desperate to win this one, the first trainer ever to get a hat-trick, 3 years on the bounce, but then, as we said earlier, he hasn't won a final yet this year. Right, talking of finals, on Saturday we'll be just outside Belfast at Drumbo Park for the final of the Better.com Northern Irish Derby. £25,000 to the winner, but what about the prices tonight, Hobbsy?
We're looking forward to what should be a great night at Drumbo Park. We were there for the first year, last year of the Better.com Northern Irish Derby final. Lolo's Joe, impressive winner of the semi-finals, 11-4 chance. John McGee's Ruthless Man, 7-2 chance. Starhead was a finalist last year, a 6-1 chance in the ring, and well, it shaped up to be a pretty interesting final.
We've got a really busy month, Jonathan, as you know, and a reminder that on Saturday, we're in Oxford tonight, on Saturday it's the Better.com Northern Irish Derby final on Skysports 2 HD at 7:30, £25,000 the winner. Good prize money. And the last race was won by Ricky Holloway, trained Trap 5, Air Force New York, with a late run. Last away, but it's a stayers race, short run to the first bend, third intention, didn't make it, and away goes Ardmale Player. And quite a struggle as 3 comes through, the favourite, Bang Crash Wallop. But all eyes on the inside there as the orange jacket of Air Force New York puts in a thundering finish to win. This is the last bend, and home he goes. Air Force New York, Hobbsy's next best, Ricky Holloway's best tonight. Here's the SP, the official result with Darryl Williams.
It's the 9-10 result at Oxford. It was won by Trap 5, Air Force New York, returning 7-2 joint favourite, beating Trap 3, Bang Crash Wallop, also 7-2 joint favourite. Third Trap 6, Ardmale Player. Forecast paid £13.72. TriCast £69.21. The winning time was 37.05 and the winning distance was ahead. And Julie's with the winning trainer, Ricky Holloway.
Yeah, I'm here with Ricky now with the winner. Now, Ricky, that was a brilliant run. Looks like he could stay even further. What would you say is his ideal distance?
I'd say around about 650, 640 Sunderland, because that's what he's aimed at. This dog's only 80% fit. When this dog gets fit for Sunderland, you'll see a dog.
You think a lot of him, don't you?
I think the world of this dog, absolute world. I think he's one of the best stayers in the country. I know Mark thinks a lot of Blomfletch, and I look forward to taking him on and the other dogs up at Sunderland. But Sunderland will really, really suit this dog.
Just missed out on a place in the Regency final. Would you say that that was slightly too far then?
No, it wasn't too far. The ground in the heats and the semi-finals was -50, and that was totally against him. That was the thing that was wrong. That was the only thing.
It sounds like all the good dogs are going to Sunderland. Do you think he can compete up there?
Bring it on. No, it'd be a laugh. It'd be a good laugh. You know, it's all about competitive. As long as they come off safe and sound at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. But, you know, we're having a lot of luck with the kennel at the moment, and I hope every professional trainer, please vote for me for the Greyhound Trainers Association, and let's get greyhound trainers having a true voice, because that's what we need in this country, and we can turn this sport around, and we're going to.
I was just going to come to that, because you have put your name forward for the Greyhound Trainers Association. Do you think you've got a good chance of being voted in?
I hope so, because I want to give true representation to every single trainer in this land. We need a separate voice. You can't have owners and trainers being represented by the same person. It's total clash of interests. The trainers in this land are dealt with a poor deal, and the promoters, we need to just listen to us, and we must get our message across in a clear, precise way, and that's what I aim to do to represent the trainers in this country. And I will listen, and I want to take on board every single person's viewpoint.
We await with interest the results of that vote. Good luck with it, Ricky, and congratulations tonight.
Cheers, Julie. Thank you very much.
Relentless Ricky, but he'd be a good bet. I'm sure he'd do a job. He certainly understands the politics that go around. Right, puppy race now. Guinness Dusty you've gone for.
Yeah, course and distance form is pretty good. I mean, he's won the puppy race, or the big puppy race here, which is the Trafalgar Cup, and you know, that's over the years has been a pretty much a good benchmark for the Pall Mall, etc., etc. So yeah, he'll be the one that I think they've all got to beat. Although there's one or two sort of unexposed sorts here who might just step up to the plate.
Droopy's Casey?
One of them, yeah. He's only had a couple of races in this country. I think he was unraced in Ireland, but even Dean Charles a little bit earlier said that, you know, thought a lot of Droopy's Casey. So you know, a bitch that will hopefully run well for him tonight.
People always say you've just got to be a little bit careful with puppies, haven't you, when you're betting? A little bit unpredictable sometimes. Is that a fair comment?
I suppose so. I think it's inexperience, isn't it, really?
Yes.
So you never really know quite what you've got. But, you know, they put through their paces in trials. And yeah, they have to be kind of handled with care. But, you know, it's probably the most exciting thing in greyhound racing when you've got a fast puppy. You know, yes. We were talking about, you know, that sort of great era of Raving Giovanni and you know, Blonde Snapper, and there was so many others I can't think of at the moment, but Raving Giovanni set the benchmark at that particular style, and that was just fantastic.
Well, let's have a look at these six puppies now.
Let's crack on. Yeah, this is the Ladbrokes Puppy Stakes running out. Trap 1 is Cavan Dancer, trained by Ernie Gaskin, owned by John and James Wright. He's a greyhound similar to Droopy's Casey, pretty unexposed, improving, got an A1 success at Romford, but importantly in terms of, you know, Oxford form, 26.87, it really does catch the eyes. A very, very good trial from Cavan Dancer, and the benefit of Trap 1 might just see this greyhound break its duck, open race duck, on the inside. Droopy's Casey runs out of Trap 2 for Dean Charles, and trained by Dean. I'm sure he said a little bit earlier, because I think picked up by Mark Gilbert, wouldn't he? Droopy's Loner's owner. Might just be the owner now of Droopy's Casey. Unraced in Ireland, but an open race success on debut at Coventry, and then found trouble when pacing up to the bend. But got a back-to-back trials here which have blown the cobwebs away in terms of Oxford form, 27.16 and 27.09, and clearly well regarded by her young trainer. Roseville Bullet runs out of Trap 3. Richard Yates, of course, represented with Ahalo Shaw, running out of Trap 4 in the Ladbrokes Pall Mall final in, 15 minutes' time. Roseville Bullet, 2 from 12 overall, but a couple of open race successes over the 450 metres. Ran behind Droopy's Loner, I think that must have been, and it was, in the heats of the Pall Mall. Roseville Bullet will try to smash out from Trap 3 and set the running, or set the pace. 8 to 1 will have local support from Richard Ballymackie runs out of trap 4 for Alan Jenkins, and the On The Rail Syndicate, 3 wins from 16 starts, wins at Hall Green at Nottingham and here at Oxford. And importantly, there's a great line of form, beating Boris Johnner by no less than 5 1/4 lengths. And Boris Johnner was pretty impressive. OK, went down to Guinness Kev in our opening race, but nevertheless ran a solid race, so the form line looked particularly good. 6-4 favourite in the ring. His name is Guinness Dusty. He's trained by Seamus Cahill for Con Bowles, and Seamus himself semi-finalist in the Henlow Puppy Derby, but importantly was the winner of the Trafalgar Cup here. Con Bowles, the Pall owner, Guinness Dusty, was the winner of the Trafalgar Cup here, and in that particular event beat Smart Bid, and clearly the form has been franked because Smart Bid goes on now to compete in the Pall Mall final in 15 minutes time. Guinness Dusty, Henlow, Oxford and Hove wins on his card. Millward's Daisy completes the field, running out of trap 6 for Paul Young, and the back on track Mitch Millward, 7 wins from 19 starts. Romford, well, he's been terrifically well handled by Paul, A6 up to A1, again going the right way. Millward's Daisy in 6.
I'm joined now by Richard Yates, who is the only local trainer in tonight's Pall Mall final. We'll come to that in a second, because first of all, you've got Roseville Bullet in this race. Little puppy, 2 out of 2 in puppy opens here over course and distance. That experience could count for quite a lot here, couldn't it? Yeah, he's a nice little puppy. He's taken a bit of time coming to hand. I think he'll be better in the summer when we get a nice bit of sun on his back. I'm hoping today's done him good. That's all we know for. But I think he'll come more better as he gets older, you know. He needs a bit of age on his side. Now, final's getting closer. You've got a Hurlo Shaw running from trap 4 for you. Was in this competition last year. You really thought twice about entering him this year. I bet you're glad you did now. Yeah, worried to death. He doesn't really run he didn't run the track very well. He's had several runs around here and made some right mess ups, but he's come on a bundle from his first round. Second round he really flew, and I'm really pleased with him. And you do worry, don't you? How are you feeling as the final gets closer? Terrible. Yeah, I'll be glad when it's over. Well, we wish you all the best with both. Good luck, Richard. Thanks very much, love. Thank you.
6-4 to field is what they call down here, that being 5 Guinness Dusty. They had 2-1 early on this morning, 6-4 on the track here. Open 6-4, solid, no takers at the moment. 7-2-1 Cavern Dancer. It's then 4-1 for 2 Droopy's Casey, 8-1 Barthos, 3 Roseville Bullet and 4 Ballymackie. 14-1 is the 6 Millward's Daisy. Predictor for this Ladbrokes Puppy Stakes. 5's the favourite, 5's clear on the predictor as well. What do you fancy, Gil?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Guinness as well, Dave. I fancy the 5 dog, yeah. I think you could lead the corner here and go.
I just saw one had a nice draw, Cavern Dancer on the inside me. But
again, the odds, fantastic odds again. The bookies are putting up. I know I keep on driving you mad at it, but I can't help it. It's fantastic.
You don't normally get prices like this. You don't normally get bet to this sort of percentage on dog tracks, but 9-10%. It's a
fantastic,
good,
absolutely fantastic.
Gives a punter a chance at least anyway. OK, very nearly all set, Gary?
Yeah, really good, the percentages here. The Ladbrokes Puppy Stakes, July 10 whelps or younger. Trap 5, the Rage Guinness Dusty. Nothing else moving in the market. Drifting a bit, but nothing coming in. Darryl Williams.
He does look the most likely winner, doesn't he, Gary, as well? He's very solid, isn't he? Trafalgar Cup winner. He's won 7 out of his 18 races this year. Guinness Dusty, but there are 1 or 2 very unexposed sorts here, notably Cavern Dancer in trap 1 and Droopy's Casey in trap 2, a little brother of JT Youngie, either of whom could give the favourites something to think about. The starter's waved his flag for the Ladbrokes Puppy Stakes here. Another £500 up for grabs, the race to take us to the big one this evening. Hare approaching. And away go the youngsters, and off they go. Good start, Droopy's Casey just leads up. Guinness Dusty covers that move on the outside. Trapped against the inner rail is Cavern Dancer, and now Guinness Dusty takes off going down the far side. The favourite's gone well clear, Droopy's Casey and Cavern Dancer. Then the white of Roseville Bullet. They're going towards home. Guinness Dusty here, now getting further and further away from Droopy's Casey in second position. Then Cavern Dancer down the straight. It's going to be a double, a Guinness double for Seamus Cahill. Guinness Dusty wins from Droopy's Casey and Cavern Dancer. Well, Guinness Dusty, very, very experienced. Greyhound who was a finalist in the Monmore Puppy Derby. Won the Trafalgar Cup, of course, round here. And he's won 9 times now in 21 starts. He's a really, really solid performer. A big win at Henlow the other day suggested he was right back at the top of his form here. Not the quickest away. Droopy's Casey broke best here in trap 2, but edging right on the run up the straight, and that just allowed potentially some room for Cavan Dancer, but unfortunately she couldn't exploit that, and Guinness Dusty rolling on down the back, and you kind of knew at this position that Con Bowles and Seamus Carhill's Greyhound was not going to be for catching here. Droopy's Casey has plugged on really well. A nice effort from her, ultimately in defeat, but off the final bend, Guinness Dusty, much more established puppy than most of the opposition this evening, and maybe that told in the end. He's a good winner. Trap 5, Guinness Dusty crossing the line on the wide outside. He's a long, long way in front of Trap 2, Droopy's Casey. And then in behind, back in third, was Cavan Dancer.
Look at the odds on this one. 2-1 favourite in the end. And with the form and style he's got, that was some price offering there. And super performance there. We told you about Droopy's Casey. Watch her for the future. Just the big race then left tonight. And for one trainer we ask, will you make it a hat-trick of Pall Mall titles?
Wins. They come up towards the line, Britain's Empire with a 2-length win.
Some beautiful skyline shots here at Oxford for the Ladbrokes Pall Mall final, which comes up at 10:15, £8,000 for the winning connections. Category 1 final. Our last race was the Ladbrokes Puppy Stakes. And Trap 5, there he is. What a winner, Guinness Dusty. 2-1 in the end, which was pretty generous considering the gap in form between Guinness Dusty and the others here. One or two promising ones, particularly Trap 2, Droopy's Casey. She's one to watch out for in the future. But this race is about Guinness Dusty 1, Droopy's Casey 2. And a big win there for Seamus Carhill. Con Bowles owns half of it with Seamus. And Teresa there with Seamus. Here's Darryl.
Thank you, Gary. So the 9.25 result here at Oxford. Trap 5, Guinness Dusty, the winner, the 2-1 favourite. Second home, Trap 2, Droopy's Casey at 4-1. Third, Trap 1, Cavan Dancer. The forecast, £8.31. Tricast is £20.56. The winning time, 26.92. A comfortable 3 1/4 length victory for Guinness Dusty. Let's hear from the winning trainer, Seamus Carhill, with Julie Collier.
Well, congratulations, Seamus. A nice double for you tonight. Things are going well.
Yeah, particularly that they're homebred. Both of them are homebred, and that, well, you know, with the dams and that, and they're bred in Ireland and by friends and reared by friends of mine. So, yeah, it's particularly pleasing. And yeah, he's a very nice dog. This fella, he's a dog that could go, you know, develop into a very top-class dog.
Again, he likes this course and distance. He won the Trafalgar Cup here. Were there no thoughts to put him in the Pall Mall?
No, he was a puppy and that, and we had, he was running a few puppy races at Henlow at the time and that, and no, we didn't, and we decided against it and that, but now he's out of his puppy races, so we'll have to see where he goes from here.
He's certainly no slouch in that Trafalgar Cup. He beat Smart Bed, who's in tonight's final. He had lots of experience coming to this race. Did you have your money on him?
Yeah, we had a few quid on him. I thought it was a good price, actually. And it wasn't before time, really. But yeah, he's a nice dog. I think he can develop into a very good dog and that. And probably this kind of trip, 450, 480 is his max. But yeah, he's the makings of a nice dog.
Certainly another lovely pup for us to look forward to. Congratulations, Seamus. Well done.
Thanks, Julie.
Well, last week at Hove, we only had one favourite win on Sky. We've had quite a few tonight. Let's recall them.
from Boris Johnner on the outside, then is Mill Street Lady. They go towards the home bend. Guinness Kev is still in front here, turning in from Boris Johnner and making ground. Supreme Chalky down the home straight. Boris Johnner on the far side. Guinness Kev battling on. Very close. Guinness Kev, Boris Johnner. 250 metres the distance. Here at the boxes, off they shoot. Swaby's Tony broke pretty well. Lil Risky is bang up there. Fernhill Gesture turn handy, and behind that is Mixed Story. They go to the bend. Lil Risky by a length, very wide. Guinness Smoky and Swaby's Tony off the final bend. They're still very wide, those two, but Lil Risky is going to win again. Back to winning ways. Length and a half maybe from Ballymac Dennis in second, then 2 lengths away Slick Signature, who races wide, then a colourful marker. They go down towards the home turn, still Zodiac Zeus, still there by a length. Ballymac Dennis try to get on terms, in behind those running in third Slick Signature, down towards the line. Zodiac Zeus is still in top here. Zodiac Zeus wins. Blonde Fletch now up on the inside, takes it up for Mark Wallace, goes a length in front of Curracule, in behind those back in third Baherna Bridge, down the home straight, no problems for this jolly old favourite. Blonde Fletch is clearing right away, and he's won well. As they go down towards the final bend, the Ted Hegarty winner from last back end, he's in front. Bubbly Capel is after him. Aero Gaga still there though by 3 lengths here, and he's going to pull off a big surprise. Aero Gaga has beaten Bubbly Capel, and back in third was Wise Totty. Goes on by half a length, Ardmouth Player. Now Air Force New York's making ground on the inside of third Intention. They run towards the home turn. It's still all to play for here. Bang Crash Wallop by a length, Ardmouth Player. Air Force New York coming home really well. Down the straight, Bang Crash Wallop on the far side. Air Force New York getting there. Guinness Dusty here, now getting further and further away from Droopers Casey in second position, then Cavan Dancer down the straight. It's going to be a double, a Guinness double for Seamus Carhill. Guinness Dusty wins from Droopers Casey and Cavan Dancer.
So a quick review of those 7 winners. 3 favourites won and 1 joint favourite, a sharp contrast to Hove last week. We had 3 winners out of Trap 3, the first 3 on Sky tonight, 2 winners out of Trap 5, a winner each out of 1 and 2, nothing out of Traps 4 or 6. I'm rejoined by Richard Harkness from Ladbrokes. You set the odds. You've made a pretty open final, but this is the latest betting on the bottom of the screen, rather backing what you said, apart from the fact that Trap 3 is now the favourite. Comments?
Funny enough, he'd be my selection, you mind me. You know, stepped up from sprinting to 4 bends. In the 2 rounds so far, and I've been here for both of those rounds, he hasn't actually trapped yet. And yet he's still showing fantastic pace to the corner because he has fantastic pace. If he can come away level with Britain's Empire, I think he'll make all.
Now, Chris Allsop cannot win a final this year. Will he win tonight if You Mind Me doesn't do it?
If You Mind Me doesn't lead, then Britain's Empire should lead.
Yeah.
Smart Bid loves Oxford. He's obviously some sort of runner. There's been money for him, as I said earlier. And yeah, for me, Britain's Empire. I think the winner comes out of You Mind Me or Britain's Empire, whichever leads.
But it's finished a very open final, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. And again, as I said earlier, the local forms turned out to be the key factor.
Well, Hobbsy, have you got any more thoughts about the final?
I think it's going to be tough to win. I think it's all about the break. I mean, I think You Mind Me showed electric pace when he went up, but he didn't trap that well. You know, as a top-class track record-breaking sprinter, I think he can do better. That's why I've gone for him. But, you know, you've got defending champion. He's not going to easily relinquish his crown. You know, he's running really well. You know, Smart Bid's got a great draw. I'm not too sure conditions of favour, you know, the likes of the stronger runners as they did in the semi-finals. You know, likes of Dramana Max finished well, Fala Mysterio finished well as well. Can they strike a blow unless there's trouble up front?
Well, Smart Bid normally doesn't have to lead to win. He's the one dog that could come back. So, are you saying the going might stop that tonight?
No, I'm just saying that I think it may just have suited the outside runners a little bit more in the semi-finals, and maybe it's just levelled up tonight.
OK, would you like to start the parade, because we're ready
we'll
for
kick off. Yep. This is the Ladbrokes Pall Mall final, £8,000 the winner. It's one of the most famous greyhound races in the greyhound calendar, and Trap 1 is Smart Bid. He's a greyhound trained by Chris Allsop, one of 2 Chris trained runners for the stables, Tavern Syndicate, Kirk and the boys. He's been a great dog already. Peterborough Puppy Derby finalist, Henlow Puppy Derby semi-finalist. He, would you believe, was ahead second to Guinness Dusty. You've just seen him in the Trafalgar Cup as well. That was the final. He's got great Oxford form. He's got the draw in Trap 1. That's why I support it at big prices today.
Trap 2 is Britain's Empire, Monmore Trainers Chris Allsop's second finalist, owned by Neil Britton and Cole Collins, who are great supporters of Team Allsop. He's looking to defend his crown, and he's been trapping well, and therein lies his chance tonight. Smartbid will moved off from one in the semis and could well do the same again. For Britain's Empire to win, he needs to clear Smartbid early. He can. He has an excellent record at Oxford, having never been out of the first 2 in 7 races, including 4 wins. The slower track in last week's semis did not help his cause. I believe this 450-metre distance is just about perfect for him, and a repeat of his first round is what they're hoping for tonight.
And if they both run their races, we could be in for a terrific buckle, because You Mind Me runs out of trap 3 for Frankie Taylor and Vicky Whitten. You Mind Me knocked out in the 3rd round of the Derby. We thought it was a brave decision of Frank Taylor's to step up his star sprinter up to 4 bends for the Derby. But to be fair, dog ran with great credit. He was a heat winner and no disgrace to go out in the 3rd round. And this looks nigh on perfect for him. He can trap better than he did in the semi-finals. He's got that blistering burst of early pace, but he has the defending champion inside to overcome.
Trap 4 is At Hello Shore, trained here at Oxford by Richard Yates, owned by Keith Woodley. Following last week's eye-catching semi-final win, he has now won Pall Mall semi-finals for the last 2 years. He renews rivalry with Britain's Empire, having beaten him in last year's semi before finishing 5th behind him in last year's final. He hit the big time with a bang when making all in impressive style on Sky at Wimbledon back in December 2010. He has now won 10 of his 41 Open races. However, none of those wins have come from tonight's jacket of Trap 4.
Trap 5 is Dramana Max, another finalist from last year. Talk about grounds being ultra-consistent animals. Here is Dramana Max, trained by Lynn Cook. I think that's Lynn leading up as well. Simon Dodds, the owner of Dramana Max, and this ground's been a prolific scorer for a couple of seasons now. Certainly in Nottingham, he's a real crowd favourite there. Any amount of wins there. Runner-up in 2011 to Britain's Empire. He's an old rival now of the two-runner. 2 and 4 bends seem to come alike to Dramana Max, Peterborough Derby finalist last year as well.
And finally, Trap 6 is Farlow Mysterio, trained by Pat Curtin, also at Monmore, so 3 for those. Owned by Alan Brandon and Sandra O'Sullivan. Pat said in today's Racing Post that he rates the Pall Mall only behind the Derby in events he would most like to win. The reason for that is he was born here in Oxford. The only wide runner in this year's Pall Mall competition, and he has a good record here with 2 wins from 3 races. He should get a clear run with Dramana Max likely to move into the middle. He is looking to go 1 better than his previous best ever competition performance when he was runner-up to Eden Star no less in last year's Puppy Derby final at Wimbledon.
Well, I'm joined now by an owner from each of the camps for Chris Allsop. First of all, I'm going to talk to the new owner of Britain's Empire. Nas, congratulations on buying an excellent dog. What particularly caught your eye about Britain's Empire?
His pace, basically his pace. And we wanted a pacey dog for the Pakistan Derby.
So am I right that after this race he'll be going to Pakistan for their Derby?
That's right. It's my son Gibran Ahmed. It's his first dog. He wanted to buy a dog for the Pakistan Derby and I bought him this. So.
Lovely. So if you win here, would it sort of be a bonus? But how excited are you?
This is a bonus, yeah. You
excited about it though?
Very excited.
Excellent. Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
And good luck in Pakistan as well. Now, Smartbid is owned by Kirk. Kirk, you're part of the Stables Tavern Syndicate, isn't it? Now, what a dog. I mean, he's only 2, 3 finals for a pup. It's incredible. How do you enjoy these big occasions?
We always enjoy them. You know, it's just fantastic to be here again. You know, we've got all the lads here with us tonight and we've only been brought into it to just have a little bit of fun. And, I mean, at the end of the day, for 3 finals at the moment, you've got to give credit to Chris Allsop. He's absolutely a tremendous trainer. He got us the dogs and hopefully, fingers crossed tonight.
I think you're going to enjoy it. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Cheers, thanks.
You Might Me, one of those 2 Chris Allsop dogs is a market leader at 5-2, and Britain's Empire is 3-1, 7-2, 1 Smartbid. They're the top 3. 8-1 Bartham, 5 Dramana Max, and 6 Farlow Mysterio. 12-1 4 Hurlow Shore. Ladbrokes Pall Mall final shapes this way as far as the predictor's concerned. 2 over 3. What do you like, Gal?
I'm going to go with a 6 dog. Take a chance. Bit of trouble on the inside. I think 6 of that. And the bookies are carrying on where they left off all night, betting to 5% on the final here.
I thought 1 had a good draw as well. OK. Can we just put a message to the producer? Can we go and cover the Pakistan Derby, please? Here's Daryl.
Thank you, Dave. All in then for the Ladbrokes Pall Mall final. first run in 1935 at Haringey, won by a greyhound called Shove Aitney. No, Aitney is here, £8,000 up for grabs. The 25th running of this race at Oxford. Are we about to get the second greyhound to win it twice? Britain's Empire in 2. Favourite though, You Mind Me in 3. And they're away for the Pall Mall. You Mind Me got away from Britain's Empire. Covered by Germanomax on the outside. They go to the first bend and round goes You Mind Me, now 2 or 3 lengths ahead of Britain's Empire. Out wide then Farlow Mysterio. Smart Bid trying to make ground. They're clear of Germanomax and then a Harlow Shaw. You Mind Me clear here for Frank Taylor as they go towards the home bend. Smart Bid's got up into second position, trying to chase hard. 3 lengths to 5, then Farlow Mysterio. You Mind Me is getting under pressure but will do enough to win the Ladbrokes Pall Mall. You Mind Me has won from Smart Bid. Farlow Mysterio back in 3rd place. You Mind Me, who ran so well in the early rounds of the Derby, goes on to score here for owner Vicky Whitten and trainer Frank Taylor. Track record holder at Sittingbourne. Reached the 3rd round of the Derby, but the big prize has come here at Oxford. In the box that he has run so well in the past here, Trap 3. Shake of the hand there with Paul Anderson. Good start from Britain's Empire. No excuses here with the defending champ. But look at the pace here of You Mind Me. Known as a sprinter, of course, in his early days. And he shoots on down the far side. Farlow Mysterio out very wide. Smart Bid starts to make headway now. The youngster here, Chris Alsop's other runner, takes the baton away from Britain's Empire. Goes off in pursuit of You Mind Me and does, in fairness, close the margin down. But as they come down towards the home straight, You Mind Me has got enough in reserve here. He gets home and You Mind Me wins the Ladbrokes Pall Mall final. Trap 3, You Mind Me has scored here. Comfortably enough in the end. From Trap 1, Smart Bid in 2nd, and then a good run from the greyhound on the outside there, Farlow Mysterio for Pat Curtin back in 3rd place, and they are well clear of the remainder.
I had a long chat with Frank Taylor, the winning trainer. That's not him there, by the way. Before racing, he said, look, this dog's got cracking early pace, but we do need to get at it. It's the only unbeaten dog in this particular competition, You Mind Me, and he's won in style. He picked up quite a nasty injury in the 3rd round of the Derby at Wimbledon, but Ron Mills, the physio, has done a fantastic job, and he ran superbly tonight, as Jonathan Hobbs will now recall.
Well, we've had a great sporting day. Frankel was awesome. The England cricket team won. Get in there. The England football boys have done the trick as well. And You Mind Me has topped it off for backers who've backed the Trap 3 greyhound. And really, Richard, he's not given them a moment's worry. Foot perfect from the boxes. Frankie Taylor, Mickey Douglas, and the crew delighted.
Yeah, once he was away, Trap 3 certainly suited him fine. He didn't go into the rails. As you can see down the back, he's coursing down the middle. You know, he's done everything you could ask of him perfectly.
26.89, I'm hearing the winning time for the Pall Mall. It is one of the most prestigious competitions. He brought that sprint form into it. You know, you go back to some of the sprint champions. Tim's Crow won the Pall Mall. It's a battle of the early birds. You've got to feel for Chris Alsop. Didn't get the rub of the green in terms of Britain's Empire not matching strides with the 3, but Smart Bids ran a cracker.
As you say, Smart Bids ran a cracker. I was just going to say, if you're thinking of Chris Alsop, as Gary said, he hasn't won a final yet this year, but the way Smart Bids performing, I think it won't be long.
I have to say that You Mind Me, you know, hasn't normally broken very well. Not a natural breaker, but cracking early pace. But that was fine, that start
Frank
tonight.
is so enthusiastic. You know, he's been in the game a long time. I mean, you go back to the Irish Champion Stakes and he launched that with Bobby Jack. I mean, you're talking huge amount of years ago, but he's been in the game a long time.
Well, Frank Taylor was confident beforehand. Let's see his reaction and the connections now. There's Frankie there holding the trophy. Here's Julie.
Well, I'm down here with the winning connections. I think they're very, very happy. Frank, you wouldn't talk to me earlier. What's that all about?
Well, you're the kiss of death, sweetheart. I spoke to you before the 3rd round of the Derby.
And he duly went out.
Yeah, and he duly went out, and he got quite badly injured, to be honest with you. I'd like to thank Ron Mills, who did a fabulous job with the dog to get him back to where he is. And John O'Sullivan, who I bought the dog from, he recommended the dog to me on rest. And an old pal of mine up in Scotland, John McLean, who said he couldn't possibly get beat. And obviously Mickey, my man. And yeah, well, for a great night. The dogs ran a blinder.
You said before this race that he was almost back to his best. Do you think that was him at his best tonight?
No, I think there's more to come, to be honest with you. He's going back to Ron next week. Ron had a bereavement in the family and they couldn't see him during the week. But he'll go back next week, and I think there's more to come.
Semi-finals seem to take very little out of him. He braked fantastically tonight. That's how he wins his races, isn't it, from the front?
Yeah, he's a bad trapper. For a dog that can break sprint track records, he's a bad trapper. But once his feet hit the sand, he's got huge pace to the corner. And we might well go, we've got next Sunderland. Go to Sunderland next for the 450.
I think everyone I've spoken to tonight is going to Sunderland. Now, Mickey, you just said that you've done lots with this dog to get him here tonight. What have you been doing?
Well, he's been injured. You know, he got an injury, and Ron helped us gratefully. But we've worked him. We've done a lot of work with the dog, and I'm pleased the way he's come round. Everything I've done with him, everything I've asked, he's done, and it's fantastic. I'm just pleased he's won a Cat 1, and he won it in style tonight. Thank you very much. Really pleased.
It means a lot to you to win this competition, doesn't it?
It does, because you know, he's a good dog, and we've always thought highly of him, and now he's just done us proud, really. Thanks.
I'll let you congratulate the dog, get your trophy. Enjoy.
Thank you.
There's the jacket going on, and Frank had bets on at 14s and 16s, and he's got £8,000 there as well for the winning connections. Let's get the starting price, the official result, with Darryl Williams.
Big race of the night, the 9:45 at Oxford, the Lambrooks Pall Mall final. Big run here from Trap 3. You Mind Me, the 3-1 joint favourite winner, beating Trap 1 Smart Bid at 7-2. Trap 6 Farlow Mysterio was third. Forecast paid £9.97. TriCast £39.70, and You Mind Me's winning time 26.89, winning by 1 length.
So You Mind Me, the joint favourite, and in fairness, Richard Harkness, you said that that's the one you fancied. That was your selection, and you got it bang on.
That's what he had to do. He had to come away, level, and pace to the corner, go clear, exactly as per the script.
By his standards, he broke well tonight, didn't he? By his standards.
Yeah, he hasn't broken that well in the 2 previous rounds here.
And Mickey Douglas with the trophy. You go back to Citywide Susie, he's one of the great characters of greyhound racing. So good to see. Well done to Mick, well done to Frank.
Yeah, pleased for them both.
So now he goes to the Classic at Sunderland. I wonder how he's going to do up there.
Should suit him, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I would have thought so.
I mean, if he breaks like that, could take the beating.
Well, really pleased for Frank Taylor, as you say. He was remarkably confident beforehand because it was such an open race. I had a long chat about it, and he was remarkably confident, justified tonight. OK, well, we move forward to Saturday now because we'll be in Northern Ireland for the Northern Irish Better.com Derby final. £25,000 to the winner. We had a great night for the inaugural meeting last year.
Keep your head up, keep your heart strong. No, 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 no. Keep your head up, keep your heart strong. No, 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 no. Keep your mind set in your way. Well, keep your heart strong.
What a night, what a final. Watch the one box. They're racing for the Northern Irish Derby. It was Lockview Gem who got away best. Leaveview Jet is at the rear as they go to the bend. Starhead in second, but down the far side, Lockview Gem leads by 3. Here's Leaveview Jet now. He's going to have to perform. He's 3 lengths down in second. Starhead in behind those. Then Rappers Weep Head on the inside, making ground now with Valero at the back. Along with Kian Abbey, they go down towards home. Lockview Gem still by 2 lengths. Leaveview Jet is trying to get on terms. Lockview Gem still ahead. Leaveview Jet's coming after him. Starhead trotting on, but it's Lockview Gem who has won the Better.com Northern Irish Derby.
Looking forward to it again. That's this Saturday, the Better.com Northern Irish Greyhound Derby final from Drumbo Park at 7:30 on Sky Sports 2 HD. Then a week tonight, Tuesday, June the 26th, we go to Yorkshire for the Betfred Jim Crack final from Kinsley again on Sky Sports 2 again. That's Sky Sports 2 HD at 7:30. We're going to round off what's been a really busy but thrilling June for us with our first ever visit to Tralee in the Republic of Ireland for the BetDAC Night of Champions. That'll be on Saturday week, June the 30th on Sky Sports 3 HD at 8 o'clock. My thanks to my 2 guests. Resident pundit.
See you
Jonathan
in Belfast.
Hobbs. See you in Belfast. Don't be late. And to Richard Harkness, thank you. And thanks to Lambrooks for their sponsorship. So there you are. You Mind Me wins the Pall Mall. You mind me? Yes, sir. I certainly will. Good night.
the knee.